Can you hear me now? Is that better? Is that better? Big up everybody. Welcome to, this is the URT. You are the URT. Big up the URT. Smash a like for the URT. Subscribe to the URT, people. Big up to every one of you. You can hear me now. Better. Yes. Big up to everybody. Please smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. And we've got a hell of a show for you tonight. Hell of a show for you tonight. Let's just have a look to see if the sound is better when I plug this in. Sound low, yeah? Sound is low. Can you hear me now? Is that better, people? Is that better? Let me know if you can hear me. Yeah. Big up, people. We got a jam-packed show for you tonight. Like I said, I'm part of the Free Kobbie movement. I'm part of that movement. Bruno, obviously, bit convenient the time that the interview comes out, even though it was done weeks ago, months ago. Very convenient the time to drop it when Manchester United draw, put on a disgraceful second half. That's when they decide to get that to the sphere, to the atmosphere, to get it out there, to distract from the shortcomings of this effing football club. But what Bruno has done is further expose the people. And then we're going to talk about, what else we're going to talk about? We're going to be obviously talking about the game and the goals that we conceded as well. We're going to have a bit more of a tactical, hopefully Jarvis is going to join us later. We're going to break down a bit of the tactics, the game that was used, why we conceded goals, what's wrong with Manchester United now conceded 26 goals in 16 games. What is happening with us? And yeah, we're going to be finding out. We're going to be doing a bit more magnifying class, holding exactly to what we think it is. And we'd love to get your 2 pence as well. Who do you think it is? What do you think it is? Is it individual players? Is it the team shape? Is it the team structure? But yeah, big up to everybody. And we'll see you after this intro. Big up the masses. Glazers and Radcliffe out. Glazers and Radcliffe out. Glazers and Radcliffe out. Glazers and Radcliffe out. URT, who are we? This is the URT. You are the URT, people. Big up the URT. Please smash a like. URT Army. We are live and direct. We are live and direct from South Central Manny. Big up to everybody. Please come and please join us. Get your cup of tea. You know what I mean? Pull a tea. We're here to work, people. We're here to uncover. We're going to have a good show tonight, people. I can feel it in my bones. I can feel it in my bones. So big up the masses. Defending was shocking. They weren't even defending compact in blocks. This is the basic principle of play that should be in place, irrespective of the style of play. Boy, oh boy, man like JP203 has gone early. He's gone for it. Man like JP203 has gone early and he's gone for it. He's gone in, people. He's gone in. He has gone in. Pick up the masses. Pick up the masses. Pick up the masses and the masses, people. Smash the likes, people. Please smash the likes on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Yeah, Dino. We scorned MC Fred. Fred. In midfield, I'll take them back right now. Oh, my God. That's how desperate we are. These 2 comments are the comments of the night already. I knew we were going to have that type of show tonight where literally you guys run the show. This comment here, and then Alien Tenno, Pete comes in and says, JP203, hold my beer. I mean, look at this. Dino, Wisconsin, and Fred in midfield. I'll take them both right now. Wow. To be fair, I'm not going to lie to you. I would want something better. But if you said to me, Bruno, Casemiro, or McFred, at least Fred had some legs about him. At least he got stuck in and put some tackles in. At least he put fires out. I don't think I'll take McTominay there because that's not his position. But I'll take Fred in that midfield over Bruno and Casemiro, 100 million%. We need new competent owners. There is no arm reaching out to Bayern Barca to give us a handout on how to run a proper football club with proper structure. Every manager, player are given 1 year. Yeah, that's the facts. I mean, oh my word, tonight, some heavyweight. I've got to start these comments because Jay, Alien Tenno, and Diallo, Farah, Mr. Farah and Alien Tenno and Jay are just dropping bombs on me, man. Honestly, I can't cope. What do you think of Garnacho's treatment from Amanura? Well, listen, at the end of the day, all I'm saying is about Garnacho is that I never knew, I didn't follow all of the witch hunt. I didn't go, get this out, get that out. I said he's a young player, he needs development. But one thing you will say about Garnacho, he forced a move out of Manchester United. He forced his move out of Manchester United. So, yeah. Yeah, McTominay to crash McTominay to crash the box 100%. But not as a midfielder because he couldn't play there. So, yeah, Garnacho, I'm just glad that he forced a move out. I really hope, I'm wishing and praying that McTominay does the same. McTominay does exactly the same. McTominay does exactly the same. And basically, McTominay just says, nah, I've had enough of this. Not McTominay, sorry. Mainoo does exactly the same and forces a move out. That's the only way the only way these vultures understand is you need to force a move out. And I hope that Kobbie can do it. So I am part of the Free Kobbie. Free Kobbie. Free Kobbie, man. I'll be taking the piss out of him and treating him like that and destroying his confidence and career for the past 18 months. And think that just because his brother wore a shirt, that means it's he's the brother. Get the F out of here. Those United fans, pearl clutchers. Absolutely. Nah, I'm not with the pearl clutching, man. They should be more angry at the football club. Farah. They should be angry with the football club, man. I'm not angry with Kobbie's brother. Wear whatever you want, man. It's a free man. Free Kobbie. That's what I say. The way this club has treated Kobbie, he needs to get the F out of here, man. Get the F out of here. But yeah. And then obviously the bombshell is what we're going to be talking about tonight. The bombshell, that is Bruno. Telling it as it is about these clowns. Bruno, you didn't have to tell me and expose them. People like us, this community, we know exactly who these Muppets are, man. You never have to explain to us who these donkeys are. You never have to explain that to us. We know who these donkeys are. We know who they are. We know who they are. We know who they are. Those disgraceful owners, we know what they are. We do. We know who they are very clearly. So we don't need to know by that they lack courage. But you're a coward as well. Now, don't get it twisted. Bruno on the ball, XG and all that. If you're an XG merchant, brilliant. Off the ball, he's a disgrace. And when he talks about courage, he lacks courage. Because when we concede goals because of his mistakes, he starts to blame on the young kids around him. I mean, what sort of a captain is that? Absolute disgrace. Absolute disgrace. That's what he is. But yeah, I'm going to try to invite some of the people on, actually. Just see maybe people don't, after talking with me last night, they might not want to talk about things. But if it means that me and you, just me and you, people, we'll just do the show, relax. We do the show, relax. Everyone like and share and subscribe. Pick up the King Soul. Shaw playing for a World Cup place, facts, but on the form that he's on at the moment is crap. He was absolutely horrendous last night. If I was Kobbie, I would stay tonight because I wouldn't want to go to Arsenal because I love my hamstring. Is that what you say? Some of the statements tonight, people, some of the statements are hilarious. Some of these statements are so funny. Dino, you're targeting him when you said he's not in his position. Yeah, so why is he playing that position and I wouldn't? Do you think I would play that position if it's not my position? So why is he not saying to Amorim, listen, I don't want to play that position. I don't think I can help the team. He's the captain. Talk to the coach. Tell him, I want to play a number 10. I don't want to play that position. No. Bruno, the words came out of his mouth, so he said, you know what he said? He said, I'll play anywhere as long as I play. Well, as long as you play. We're not having it, mate. Not having it. Not having it at all. It's unbelievable, unthinkable to anyone would think that Manchester United can see so that under this ownership. They're clueless. And you've heard that from your captain. Facts. Facts. Yo, Pete, let me know if you want to jump on. Pete, we've not heard from you for ages. Let me know if you want to jump on. Ineos are cowards. They shouldn't have given Bruno 300k a week in the first place. But yeah. You know, the two owners of Wrexham FC Town, 2k in cash behind the bar every game, home and away fans. Wow. Yo, that is crazy. That is crazy. That is not messing about that. That's some serious. That is serious. Don't let me get serious. That is some serious talk there. Big up to you, man. Big up to you. That's the Raz. Two owners of Wrexham FC throw 2k in cash behind the bar every game from home for home and away fans. That's unbelievable. That's unbelievable. Yeah. Yeah, man. Big up. Big up man like Noah. Big up all my East African massive. Big up, big up, big up, big up. Ineos are cowards. They should have given... Yeah, we've said that. We said that. People like the video, man. Like the video. Like the video, people. Let's be having you. Yeah, I just don't... Honestly, I don't understand what's going on with this football club. I just don't understand it. Everywhere I look, I just see this football club just being clownish. Yeah, just very clownish, man. Yeah. Honestly, it is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is, people. But I'm just sick of Manchester United. I'm not going to lie to you, lot. I'm sick of the bullshit. And we're always going to call it out on this channel. One thing that's guaranteed, I can never be bought. Never. This community can never be bought. We can never be bought. Never. Never be bought. You know? And, yeah, we're here. But the biggest thing for me is the fact that these bootlicking fans will come to me and come and chat shit to me in the car park. They would come and chat shit to me in the car park, other than doing something about the people who are doing stuff to their football club. Yeah, so it's just mad, absolutely maddening that they think they come and have a go at me at the end of the game. And more like having a go at the people who are responsible for this football club. But they're not. They're not. Yeah. Yeah. It is what it is for me. I just keep it simple, me. We keep it simple. We keep it simple. Let me see if Sean's about, you know. Man like Sean. Not heard from Sean for ages, man. I'd like to hear what he's thinking about the game. Sean, jump on, man. Jump on, Sean. Jump on. I want to hear Sean's 2 pence on everything what's going on. Would like to hear it. But yeah, people, get the likes up, man. Get the likes up. And let's get into it. I ain't going to wait for nobody. I've waited for a bit for people. Maybe we'll just chat to me about anything. Big up Phil. Bill said, but most important, control. But most importantly, control games, but punish teams for the throat. We just don't have the mentality. We don't have mentality problem, leadership problem. They're idiots, Nuruddin. We know the owners are the problem like a virus. Yeah, 100% Phil. 100 million percent Phil. You said it. Yeah, it's crazy. What is the alien telling? Just watch Saeed's vid. That fan is properly at one game a home fan. Yeah, 100%. That's what he is. That's what he is, man. That's who he is. That's what he is. One second, people. Let me just send this link. 1 second, people. 1 second. Yeah, people. But yeah, no, 100%. He's probably what he was. He was. The guy tried to come and try to give it a big one. Big up, bro. It's so sad that you got to be a point where fans want to weigh each other in the car park when they're supposed to be on the same side. Even if if you don't like Saeed, just ignore him. No, it was me. Actually, Saeed was quite happy about that game. Saeed was quite happy. Saeed was quite entertained. Saeed was quite entertained about that game. I was the one where people came for me. Big up, Irfan. How you doing? You well? Can we hear you?
I'm getting over a cold. I'm a bit deaf in one ear, but I'm getting over a cold, but I'm better today.
Okay, big up.
I'm not coughing like crazy, but after yesterday, I feel like killing someone after yesterday.
Talk to me. Tell me about what did you think about the game? Watching
fuck. I tell you the truth, I don't know how you guys have survived the last 2 years. I don't know how you've done it. As a Man United fan, yesterday, you know that we have a thing in Pakistan. It's similar to African and the voodoo thing. There's a spell. We call it nazar. And it feels like someone has put something on the club to curse them forever. That's what it was like watching that game yesterday. And I could talk for so long about yesterday, because how the fuck do you let in 3 goals when you got 3 central defenders that go through the middle? Explain that one to me. How is that possible? You know, people keep saying to me about, the free at the back's going to solidify defense. The first goal, what the fuck are the central defenders doing? Why'd you give Semenyo a straight run into stuck and just shoot free? I mean, where do you begin with this? But like I said, yesterday, it drives me nuts, because if you think of yesterday and the craziness of exposing Man United of who they are, how shoddy they really are, considering they flatter to deceive. Because the thing is, I don't like to get too carried away. I always like to step back and be calm, because once that came out yesterday, there's only one team that's scored more goals than us this year. Only one team. You know that?
Yeah.
There's only one team that scored more goals than us. And what was our problem last year? What was our problem?
Our goals.
Right.
But I don't want to gas it up either, because we've scored 11 goals this season from set pieces.
Yeah, we have. We've been fluky in many ways in that sense. I don't
know.
Because
we're not that's an anomaly.
It's not like Arsenal's.
Yeah.
They're like Arsenal's.
Yeah, that's an anomaly.
Yeah, it's freak. It's a freak.
That's unsustainable. That's unsustainable.
It is unsustainable. When I heard the stat, we actually took we scored the most goals from set plays. I was quite shocked, to tell you the truth. But let's just.
But we're in the bottom 3 for conceding goals. We're in the bottom 2.
1 clean sheet in 17. One. I at the start of this season, I said the fucking defense is shit. The defense is shit. We had the odd good performance, right, from De Ligt, the odd one, right. But we're not solid because the fucker keeps changing the back 3, but the back line all the time. But yesterday, right? You know, everyone was saying, "Oh, we've had an amazing first half, amazing." I'm like, amazing first half. Okay, you have amazing first half, but the score was 1-1. Sorry, hang on, it was 2-1 at the end of the first half. Yeah, we scored right at the end.
It was 2-1. Yeah.
Yeah, 2-1. Just about. We scored right at the edge of the first half. So
Yeah.
you're telling me that was a 2-1 half? Was that a 2-1 half?
It should have been 3-4-1 for United.
But that's the Man United team. That's how crazy that team is. But then to concede 2 goals in the first 3 minutes of the second half, the way we did, it's like I'd given them all heroin or something. The players were just completely, huh?
It's very hard for me to blame the defense because you have to protect the defense.
No, yeah, but Nuruddin,
you've got a midfielder. You've got a midfielder.
No. I had this argument with somebody yesterday. I had this argument
playing
yesterday.
in midfield. If you
obviously, obviously,
who gets bullied, who's absolutely offering no cover.
But no, we had that all last year as well. We had that all last year.
Yeah.
We had it all last year.
And Casemiro gets tired after 50 minutes.
Listen, the whole team gets tired after one half.
So does Bruno.
The whole team gets tired after one half. But listen, I understand that it's like the levees that break. In New Orleans, when the levees break, the water's just running through. I get that about a midfield because it's completely wrong. But I'm sorry, but you've got 3 at the back. You play 5 at the back to be defensively solid. Explain that one to me. You play 5 at the back so you don't concede goals. Those goals yesterday, honestly, I was just shocked at how they scored 3 goals right through us in the middle, right through the middle. Yeah. You know, I don't get it for the life of me. This is what I'm saying. This team, it makes you question your sanity. This team does. It really does.
Oh, yes, Irfan.
Yes, Mumbai, how you doing?
This is a nice surprise.
No, you know what? I've been ill for a couple of weeks. I would have been on a couple of weeks ago, but this flu fucked me up. Sorry, excuse my English. It messed me up, this cold did. But I finally got a little bit better today, actually.
Big up,
good to hear from you. Is everything all right?
Love, bro. Love, Dino. Yes, Irfan, everything is right now.
No,
in this very moment, everything is wonderful.
Back home. I caught your views as always. The way you're the always look on the bright side of life. That's who you are, right? Whereas me, I'm closer to Nuruddin in the sense that this team is shit. The level is too low. You need to aim high and you have to execute and look at every single cock up this team makes.
So basically, life's over, yeah? That's for you guys. Life's over. No point.
It's not life over. It's expectation. Everyone's got different expectations. Now, if I was to be really honest, I could say to both of you guys, look at where we were last year and look at where we are. And just think, if we didn't draw against West Ham, we didn't lose against Everton. Just think if that was another 6 points. Just add the 6 points to the total where we are. It's crazy.
We're rocking. We're back.
We're second. I think we're second if we win those games. Am I wrong? Third? We're much higher up. This is the thing that drives you nuts about this team. It drives you nuts. I don't know how you do it. I really don't know how you do it.
Every week they find a way to surprise you for the wrong reasons.
For the wrong reasons, yeah. Which means it's a kamikaze team. It's a team that's not solid yet. It's a team that's lacking. We've addressed. I mean, look at Mbeumo had a shocker yesterday. It was the most terrible game I've seen him play for United.
Yeah, I didn't think it was good either.
And we're doing that without people on form. Imagine if you had Cunha on form yesterday, Mbeumo on form, and Ahmad. And I always say to people that we got nothing on the other side. We got nothing coming from the left-hand side. Nothing. Left-hand side. It's all on the right. We are just the one right. And now Ahmad's gone and Mbeumo's gone. What the hell are we going to do now? How are we going to deal with Aston Villa with this team we got now?
Big up Jarvis and the Tactical Devils for the raid. Big up for the raid. Big up people. Welcome. Big up people. Welcome here. Big up Mumbai. How you doing? You good?
All the better for seeing your lovely face, my friend. I'm all right. Feeling fresh. Happy to be here. How are you doing, bro?
Yeah, I'm still angry about yesterday, man. I thought it was.
Nuruddin, who isn't angry about yesterday? Who isn't?
Mumbai liked it. He liked the entertainment. He saw it.
No. If you're he's in neutral, really. He's in both spaces. He's in neutral.
No, bro. Look, I Nuruddin. Yeah. Do you know one thing about Dino that I have to say? Nuruddin is good for the internet, not for the channel, in the sense that he does not waver and he is true to his convictions and he doesn't go with the grain. He sees what he sees no matter how much shit he gets. And I think that is good to keep everybody sane because it's very easy to jump on a bandwagon. Now, me, I get some grief, but not as much as him. I just go off what I see and what I feel. I look at the game. I am starved some weeks. I'm thinking, what did I just waste 90 minutes on against Everton, West Ham? But to go 4-4, I leave the game. I've got my fix. I was jumping. I was sad. I was laughing. It was all happening. At 4-3, I'm thinking, can't wait to get into work tomorrow. Banter the non-United fans, show love to the United fans, and then kaboom. And it could have even been worse with a loss. But some of the football that first half was the best I've seen us play. That is a positive sign. But like you say, it's still a work in progress. And that back line, bro, Heaven is 19, Euro is 20 and not playing too well. Maybe, and our midfield does need a tweak because Bruno ain't a natural 6. But I think yesterday, I'm not saying that anything different to them, but I just feel that the game went the way it went because we conceded some ridiculous goals, and it just becomes chase 3 points, plans out the window, just go. And both teams just went off the leash. It's like two guys go in a boxing match. They're actually not sluggers, but the game plan's gone out the window. And that there is like any wild punch can end the fight. And we've seen a few wild punches. So it was entertaining. Discipline went out the window. We got a draw when we should have got really a win. And I say a win on the basis that we should have finished the game. We had chances. Our boy in Bremo had some good chances. And we could have buried it, but we seldom go for the jugular and end the fight. We drag it out, and then they come back into it. And that's the problem. And when they come back into it, we seem to have an issue where we cannot just get hold of the game again, reimpose our authority that we had a moment ago. It just starts to ebb and flow, and we can't kill the game, take the sting out of the game. And these are the things that come with mentality. These are the things that he needs to start to develop. These, I don't know how he's going to do it, but it needs to develop, man. But yeah,
hang on, but you're just describing, really, if we don't get too angry and just sit back, you're actually describing where the team is today, where they are today. In the terms of the rebuild, we've just moved a little bit forward by the offensive side.
Rebuild.
Yeah. Well,
yeah, I think you're right. You're right, Irfan. I am describing, and I have conceded that we are going to have a really good half followed by a bad one. We're going to have a really good game where we're surprised. Then we're going to have a stinker. And this is where we are now. This is part of the evolution stage we're at. We've left last season behind. There is some progress. There is some stability. There is some things that make sense every week. You kind of get who's going to play, what the idea is. But I'm waiting now for us to get over that hurdle and start to see regular first 25 minutes Man United Bournemouth. Do you know what I mean? The repertoire being prolonged in a game or over a run of games. This is the issue. We're not. Is anyone sure what we're going to get at Villa? Is anyone sure what we're going to get at Bournemouth? Okay.
We're going to get a beating at Villa. Definitely going to get battered.
Yeah, we'll
to be fair, our record there is really good.
But you know what I mean?
Historically, Villa Park.
Like a box of chocolates. What are we going to get from first half to second half?
I think we're going to get really found. I really think we're going to get found out big time.
Yeah. I mean, the phone book says we're going to get slapped.
Huh?
Listen, I just want to welcome Helgi. We didn't get your match reaction last night. Big up to you. How are you doing?
I'm good.
Yeah, you well? You like that?
Yeah.
Were you entertained? Let me entertain you. Or were you angry at the disgraceful way we played in the second half?
Let me just introduce the boys. You guys don't know each other. Helgi, this is Irfan, original old school world-class DJ of a plethora of music. That's actually how me and Nuruddin met him. And this is Helgi from Norway, introduced to us by Jarvis.
Another Norwegian brother, man.
Another Norwegian
brother.
I've
been to Oslo. I've been to Oslo, Bergen, Stavanger. I've got one of my friends lives in Buda. Yeah.
He's spicy Norwegian though. He's got Italian heritage. Yeah.
Ah, right.
Italian heritage. Yeah.
Wow. And I know how in Norway it's either Liverpool or it's Man United. That's what it is.
Helga last night I was Favanculo non frego cazzo.
Yeah. That's what it
Non
was. That's what it
frego.
was.
Non frego. Go on.
No,
Go ahead.
then you're my music buddy in Norway. I sing. I sing and I'm a songwriter. So
Oh
that's
wow!
my profession in
Amazing.
Norway. So
Amazing.
we
It's
got
good to
that in
know.
common as well.
Oh, amazing, amazing.
No, I'm really happy where the club is at right now because we're on top of the league in XG. So
Fucking hell. Nuruddin, say something quick.
No, listen, Bumba, is Helgi, is he related to you? Are you related in some way? Yeah.
I was just
me and Helgi?
I was
Yeah.
thinking about just not saying anything, but I couldn't hold back my response. I was thinking about having like a straight face saying it, but I couldn't. Oh, okay.
Jarvis is
No,
laughing right now.
yeah,
XG.
no. It's like I feel like 2 more weeks with United, and we all end up in like straitjackets in a mental hospital or something.
Big time. Big time.
Because it's more highs and lows than your most toxic relationship in your history. It's so like I was so happy last night, and I was so fuming. I was so close to destroying the TV. And I think I heard you say kind of that I'm even though I'm just 30, I see myself as old school in the way of thinking, and
Mm.
I will never be the one slagging off young players at United because I think that stands against everything that the club is about. So I know Euro and Heaven was at fault for goals last night, but they are going to make mistakes, and I'm never going to like blame or be angry and shout. We need
But Helga,
the
who's
standard
protecting them? What midfield is protecting them?
jelly, players made of jelly. We don't have what do you say in England? Like what's the spinal cord? Like backbone? We don't have
Yes,
any like
backbone. Yeah, backbone's the word.
yeah,
Backbone is the word. Yeah, yeah.
like the backbone of our leaders is like made of jelly. If I was a young player coming into that side, I would from the second day probably think I'm better than them and more resilient than them, and that's kind of my issue with, for example, like Shaw. Like obviously he is a divisive player because for a lot of people he's English, or not for the whole world he's English, but for a lot of people like he's English, so people gravitate to him more, and for some people he's so naturally gifted and talented that when he's fit, his class. Yeah, but I the best ability is a cliche, but the best ability is availability, and that guy is only fit when it's something in it for him, or else he's just chilling in the treatment room playing Call of Duty or something. And for me, last night was just when I said I almost smashed the TV. Last night that was the goal where Shaw made the mistakes, and I almost seriously lost my shit when that happened because it's like if you're a teacher and you have that guy or girl in the class that you're like you're so fed up with him that if he does one more thing you would just lose your head, and that's kind of where I am with Shaw constantly now because I've just seen him be how can Justin Kluivert, I think he is about 60 kilograms and 5'5", 5'6". How is he barging Shaw off the ball there? And what is Shaw doing so long out on the pitch, exposing Heaven all alone? It's like it's something you would expect from kind of like Amas's debut or something, like a first. He's doing like rookie mistakes playing for our club for 10 years now. So I'm not putting it all on Shaw, but I'm just it just feeds into our leaders are the ones that often go missing regularly, week in, week out, or leaders. I won't call them leaders, seniors. And imagine walking into a club if you're, let's say, a decent player, like let's say Gallagher walks into that club, and like the leaders and the best players in the club is kind of like Maguire, Diallo, Bruno, Casemiro, Shaw. Like, it's very average. It's very average core of players, and everyone says like a good team needs a good spine of players and stuff. And our spine is, like I said, made of jelly. It's made for Christmas, you know.
No, you're right. Because the one thing we didn't talk about yesterday, it was another repeat thing. As in, we get out muscled by every team, even teams that are
Yep.
like bottom three. We always lose a physical battle because we're not bad for speed, but we're terrible for physicality. We're just terrible, and that's what I saw.
And aggression, stamina, like all of those things that has to do with the physical aspects. And it's, if you think about it, it's pretty weird that when Mourinho was here, he was talking about like mental resilience. He was talking about physicality. He brought in McTominay. I think he gave his debut. He always talked about we need to be tougher to play against. And when Solskjaer came in, from day one before he started talking about we need to be the fittest. We need to be the fittest team in the league and stuff like that. We need to be on top of running stats. And Ten Hag talked about the same thing, that we need to be more aggressive. We need to have more athletic players and stuff. And even before Amorim got the job, we saw these kind of leaks, or Romano or Laurie Whitwell, and all of them were saying he wants an athletic central midfielder. And now we're here like 12 months later and we still haven't got it. So I feel like physique, aggression, just giving your all on the pitch, like will not just turning up on the day, because I hate the term we can beat anyone on a day, because what that actually means, when someone says we can beat anyone on our day, means sometimes they're up for it and sometimes they don't. And that's what that says to me. And also it means we can lose to anyone on our day. So I think it's been like a reoccurring theme, and I think there's a lot of factors coming into it, but I think recruitment is very key to always bringing in players that are very good on their day, and when they can't be asked, they can lose to anyone as well. And I think that just have seeded through the team, and it makes a horrible like platform for bringing young players through, because they learn from serial losers who have lost 7-0 to Liverpool, going home in the Rolls Royce and just playing Call of Duty, walking up to the next day, just peace sign for the cameras, and United Twitter posting pictures of everyone so happy and stuff. It's just that's why I kind of don't want Lazy and players like that to even be introduced at this stage, because I don't want them to learn from people we even don't rate at their peak. So I don't know.
Big up Jarvis joined us. Big up. Make sure people you check out Tactical Devils. Make sure you subscribe. We need to get that channel to 5K.
Big up, Irfan. I just want to say hi to Irfan. It's been a while.
Hi, Jarvis. Good to see you.
pal.
The Norwegian brother number 2 is here. Original Norwegian brother.
Yeah. Nice to see you.
Good to see
So how are you guys doing? How are you doing? What's the debate about? You know, I just finished my show.
I'm fuming. I wanted to know your match reaction from last night, Jarvis, and then we got 2 meaty topics to get into.
Well, you were asking me if you had a heart attack last night, because everybody else did. Do you have a heart attack last night, Jarvis, or not?
No, Jarvis. Actually, Jarvis, that's tactically, he was admiring the way that Bournemouth played. I'm sure, and Iraola coach.
Yes,
loves
Iraola, I love Andoni Iraola.
But we rate him. We rate him as a coach. We rate that guy, don't we? We do rate him, yeah.
I rate him. You know, if we ask to sack Ruben Amorim, or if he's to lose his job one day, I think Andoni Iraola would be the perfect guy to bring in, and just the way he likes to play football. He plays aggressive, but he also can take the tempo out of the game. He can slow down. He can set up.
But hang on, Jarvis. Can I ask you a question? Or hang on before you get into it. Don't you think he's too open?
No, I think he can play the mid block also. We've seen it with him in earlier years, but now he's come to the next stage of his Bournemouth team, and now you see the high press, high intense, high aggressive team, and you know how he gets his players to work. And you know, when they press up front in a 4-3-3, they only have 3 guys actually pressing, and one of the 4 attackers covering for the 3. So how he gets to win the ball high up the pitch time after time, it's so impressive. But it takes a lot of high work rate.
Can you imagine? Look at all the better players they lost last season. Plus, they got a very small squad, and the pace he plays at, players are going to get injured, and players need to be refreshed. So what he's doing there is miracles. I went to Bournemouth in the summer. I stayed in Bournemouth. I went around their stadium is 10,000, I think, 10 or 12,000. That's not even a corner. I think that might be a corner of the Stretford end.
Yeah.
That might be a corner of the Stretford end. So
impressive.
This is what we're competing against. And in the last 3 seasons, they've scored 10 goals at Old Trafford. This is under his tutelage. 10 goals they've scored. Last season, they scored 3. The season before that, they scored 3. Last night, they scored 4. So, Jarvis, I just wanted to get to know quickly your match reaction, and then we can get into the meat topics. One of the topics is free Kobbie Mainoo. I'm part of that. By any means necessary, I need to get Kobbie out of this football club and get him away from these people, these vultures who just want to keep him as a number, don't really want to develop him, don't want to really help him. And then we're going to need that. Our last topic is going to be the Bruno Fernandes comments, which are really interesting and tasty. So we can't wait to get into that. But Jarvis, quickly, your match reaction for last night. How did you see the game? Not tactically, but just your initial reactions as a United fan. How did you think? What did you think was the matter? Why did we concede the 4 goals? By the way, I put a poll out, people, because I see a lot of people talking about Evan and Euro, a lot of people blaming youngsters, and I'm like, what about the experienced players in the team? A lot of the goals were due to the experienced players in the team who weren't doing their jobs. So I'm not going to criticize and go over the top with 2 young centre backs who are throwing in at the deep end. I'm not going to do that. But yeah, people get involved in the comments. Your views are who's to blame. So let me tell you, who's to blame for the goals we're conceding? Is it Heaven, Euro, Bruno, Casemiro, Amorim, or Ineos? That's the question. Because to me, this is the Ineos game plan. Amorim's part of that. Is it Bruno and Casemiro, or should we go for the lazy and blame the 2 youngsters? Go ahead, Jarvis. Tell me your reaction. How did you see it? Being there was the most frustrating thing ever.
Hang on, Nuruddin, but your answers are, it's a double-fold answer because the Ineos is off the pitch and the other answers are on the pitch. So which one do you want?
No,
all of them, or do you just strictly want on the pitch?
No. Ineos are part of the game plan. They're part of the football. They run the football operations. They're part of the plan. That's what I'm trying to explain to people. There's the idea that it was about Amorim is no longer there. That is no longer about Amorim. This is Jason Wilcox, Omar Barada, Jim Glazer. You saw them in the stands at Wolves, the way they were going at each other. This is about them. And they actually showed us it's about them. I don't know if any of you saw the photos where they're shouting at each other in the stands against Wolves. So it is part of them. But go ahead, Jarvis.
Yeah, the instant reaction, playing 4-4, and we could have easily lost that game. So I'm not particularly mad about the result. I think it was a fair result. It was an even game, and both teams came there to play ball. So from a entertainment value point of view, I think it was a brilliant game. But we have clearly weaknesses, and I think Amorim needs to understand how to plug the holes, especially in our midfield. First half, first 25 minutes, the best for 25 minutes I've seen so far is at this Man United team. Probably
Agreed.
The best game we've seen in a couple of years in the beginning. But, I have a group chat with the Tactical Devil guys, and after 25 minutes, I sent a message out to them and say, will this hold? Now it will be exciting to see. And, my hunch was right, and Bournemouth came into the game. I think they knew. I think Andoni Iraola said to them before the game that Man United will come out in 1,000 and they will huff and puff. But if you just stay calm and wait, you will come into the game and they will gas out. And it happened. You could see the players clearly holding their knees, gasping for air. They weren't that aggressive on the third man runs with the tackles, winning second balls, and gradually Bournemouth came into the game. If we had some kind of clinicality, we would have been up like 3-0 in the beginning of the game, but we weren't. So we gave them a chance, and but we were up 2-1 at the first half. But when the beginning of the second half, we've seen this before. We saw it especially against Nottingham Forest. We were up 1-0. They came back. Was up. Or was we 2-0 up? I can't remember. But they came back in the first 6 minutes of the second half, and again, we weren't up for it when the game was starting. And for me, it feels like Amorim is unexperienced. He doesn't understand how to prepare his player for that second half. I think sometimes he goes into that halftime locker room and says to the guys, "Well done, guys. Let's go out and do it again." But he doesn't understand that he's up against opposition, and the opposition will change. Obviously, a experienced manager like Iraola will change up things, and he did. He changed that midfield. The three players up front didn't connect with the midfield, so they had three guys. They press aggressively. They always use the sideline as the extra defender, so they push out for the ball, but they create a big gap on the other side, and we exploited that in the first half. We were shifting play from one side to the other again and again and again. That's how we took them. But he did some adjustments. He put Semenyo a little bit higher, more in on the right hand side, with Evanilson and Kluivert behind them, and had one extra guy in that midfield. So it was almost like a 4-3-1-2, or almost like a 4-4-2 formation at times. And suddenly we didn't have the big gaps on each side, so we couldn't switch play and open them up in the same way. And for me, Ruben Amorim, he doesn't react. He doesn't seem to understand what's going on the pitch. He doesn't react to it. It seems like he have a plan set, and that's his plan. And whatever goes on the pitch, it doesn't concern him. And for me, I think it's worrying, and he needs to learn. I know he's an experience. He hasn't been in the Premier League for more than one season. And players like Iraola, like other managers, like David Moyes, we've seen before, like Nuno Espirito Santos, all of these managers, they bully him when it comes to even Glasner. They bully him when it comes to tactical awareness on in-game management. So he needs to improve, but it's not just only on Amorim, because Amorim is not on the pitch. It's on the players, and a lot of them are making stupid choices. For example, when we are up at the end of the game 4-3, why do Bruno, who sits in the double pivot, keep chasing high up the pitch and exposes Casemiro, leaves a big gap when we know they have players like Tavernier, like Kluivert, like Semenyo, like when they win the ball in a 50-50 duel, they know there's a huge acres of space in front of me. There's one thing to do: you run with the ball, and with you have runners like Evanilson, like Jimenez, Semenyo, who will run beside you and help create a overload against a backing defense. And we have poor Casemiro, who doesn't have the mobility anymore, who can cover this. So for me,
Jarvis,
yeah.
who do you
so
think?
for me, it just baffled me that we can't.
How many times did he do it in the 90 minutes?
At the end
in
of the game,
98 minutes of football. You know how many times I was counting? As soon as the second half started, even actually the last 15 minutes of the first half, they were winning the second balls. Alex, they closed the gaps, they closed the spaces to win the ball back, and we couldn't switch the play. The passing was like hot potato. Bruno just whacking it, Casemiro losing it. The defense, nobody getting on the ball to hold the ball, to playing it out wide, getting it back, calming things down. We were playing one way, and that was the only way. And we were always going to get... We can't outrun, we can't outfight that team. Most teams, maybe we can stay. Some teams we can stay within the Premier League. That Iraola team, we are never going to beat them in intensity, in second balls or first ball. We are not going to do it. And we gassed ourselves out for 25 minutes, and then they took over the game. And we were lucky to go in because they can't defend set pieces. They're struggling to defend set pieces. And we went in 2-1. Second half, we can see 2 quick goals in 7 minutes, if I'm not mistaken. But I played football at the lowest level. But if you played at the lowest level, or you play at the top level, there are fundamentals in football that are true. That are true. that stay true. When you play Saturday, Sunday league at the bottom football world tier, and when you play at the top, there are fundamentals that are true. 1, positioning. 2, being able to protect your defense. Being not vacating the midfield. Not giving the other team the space and the easy way to attack you. And for me, Tavernier, who's usually a winger, he's inverted, he can play on the left or the right. He absolutely played with a cigar last night. The stuff that he was doing is a left-footed player, strength, power, pace, can take the ball under pressure, can skip past people, can see a pass. He was taking the absolute PR of us. And unfortunately, this is not, every team has done it to us this season. Every team has done it to us. So for me, the idea that Bruno Fernandes is a captain when he is lacking so much, he lacks so much the fundamentals and the positioning play and keeps exposing Casemiro. I mean, the classic example that he loses the ball and then they're up the back and Casemiro is so slow, has to bring down, was it Evanilson? He had to bring him down 25 yards out, 30 yards out, and then they get the free kick and they score.
No, it was Tavernier. Was the guy who got that.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, it is what it is. This is who we are, and this is what we're going to be. And actually, when I look back, because my head was hot when I came out the stadium, I was so angry because I was like, this is basics of football. This is the basics of football. Like, take the heat out of it. You've gone 4-3. You've got 15 minutes left. You play possession. You play the percentages. You let them come in, hit them on the counter, suck them in, get in positions, get people behind the ball, plug the holes, move along, cut out the passing lanes, make it difficult for them. Instead, what do? Bruno is there pressing their centre-back and their goalkeeper.
Yeah, but
we get exposed. And actually, when Kobbie came on, we had a bit of stability, we had a bit of play and a bit of possession because Kobbie tried to play. He tried to like take the sting out and try to play 2 extra passes, then move up as a team, other than just whacking one long ball. Kobbie likes to play short, go up with a team, then short, and he did that. And I thought, okay, we looked all right here. We looked a bit all right here. But every time we lost the ball, they were going for our throat, and this is the big problem.
Yeah, but what I don't understand is, though, you say all that about the tactical awareness that Bruno's indisciplined in midfield and Casemiro's going to be exposed. You're talking about a guy. He knows he's going to be exposed, so I don't understand why he knows he's an aging guy. He knows he's going to be exposed because Bruno's indisciplined. Forget even what Amarin says. This guy knows he's been around the block. He knows everything. He knows every system. So I don't understand why he isn't scared and worried about his own factors. They're going to run past him. I don't understand it.
But they get gas. He gets gassed after 50 minutes. So does Bruno. Look at it in terms of the runs. They both get gassed out because the way the system, the way Amarin interprets the system, the midfielders have to cover space. They have to get around that football pitch.
Yeah, but Nuruddin, but you know, and I know that when you age as a footballer, what happens to you? The legs go. But the brain gets better because the brain can see things that are happening before they're going to happen. It's positional awareness. Central defenders have it. Experienced one. Central midfield, they know it. So he relies on that. But still, he can't do it when he's just one guy with that 2 in midfield. It's never going to work defensively, ever. It's never, ever going to work. But and he's
that's why we conceded 26 goals.
You should be saying to Bruno, you're exposing me every week. You should be showing to Amarin.
I don't think he cares.
What do you want me to do?
If you
I disagree a little bit because it's not about the 2-man. A 2-man midfield can work.
But they have to be
sure, but not with Bruno and Casemiro. Not with these type of players.
With guys, fit athletic guys that can work. No aging guys and one guy's playing in midfield who's a 10. He's not. You know, he's not midfielder. Bruno, come on, let's be honest.
Yeah. We're playing like with a guy who's, because we're talking about Bruno like he's a 10, and he is a 10, but he is almost as much as a 10. He's almost closer to like a second striker to being an 8 actually, and that's exactly my point. Like we're playing with a 75-year-old Brazilian guy and a second striker as a pivot. Like I don't think Pep Guardiola and Ferguson could even make that work if they were managing together. But that was kind of my question to Jarvis, because I was thinking about the amazing Bruno pressing, where he just leaves and goes almost to press with a striker. And I was thinking about, because I've been like fighting a bit with myself, that is that Amorim's like is that instruction? Is that how he wants it to do, or is that Bruno kind of being Bruno? Because if that's Bruno being Bruno, I just know, like Nuruddin played central midfield, for example. If I played alongside him and he did that once, and I was Casemiro, and he left me that exposed once in one game, one time, I would like Nuruddin would like
Have
yeah,
words with him in
15
quiet and say,
Yeah,
what the
yeah,
hell
yeah,
are you
yeah,
doing?
yeah, I would use 15 minutes in the break just shouting at Nuruddin.
Yeah.
You never do that again,
Absolutely,
because you make
absolutely.
me look stupid. We have people that are young in the back, like Euro and Heaven, because you go and make me look stupid. Our team, you never go up there again.
And this
And
is
he
what I was
does that,
saying.
like,
This is what I was saying.
yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
So if that's just Bruno being Bruno, but if that's Amorim telling him to do that, then that conversation can't be had. But then we have to. That is a serious worry if a manager sees that repeatedly and think, yeah, but the 75-year-old Brazilian is going to like. We sometimes it's going to go, sometimes it's so. Either way, whichever the answer is really worrying. Really worrying, whichever the answer is. But what do you think, Jarvis?
Yeah, but we got to realize one thing, and I agree. Players in between themselves should actually talk to each other and demand more. And if
The
I was Casemiro, I would
experience,
demand
both
more
experience.
from Bruno when it comes to being positionally disciplined and helping out with his main role as the number 8, and that's to stabilize the midfield. But when it comes to Amorim, and Amorim is the manager of this team, or head coach as he's called. He's in his last year of Sporting, when he had most success. Yeah, I think he was unbeaten for 40 games or something. He started with a new concept, because he's in the beginning of his reign at Sporting, he played with midfielders like Pelinha, like Ugarte, more defensive minded in the two. But in his last season, he had one guy who's called the roaming 8, and that's almost the guy who had the freedom to be the guy who could go up and be the number 10 or be the false 9, or
The Bruno, you mean the Bruno? Yeah.
Yes, the Bruno.
Yeah.
So he was successful with this. So I think it's part of Amorim's master plan to play with this roaming 8, and this is Bruno's part in this team. But I think Bruno is all over the place, and I think it's very difficult for our players to understand what to do, because Bruno is in everyone's business all the time.
But Jarvis, didn't you just say
but Irfan, when I played football myself, if I was struggling, and had the ball, and some of my teammates came into my area like to help me out, I would tell them to piss off, because it was my area. They would attract more opposition into my area. So piss off, give me that space. I'll fix it. And I feel a lot of these players feel the same.
Yeah, but you just Jarvis, but you just said that he's used to 2 defensive midfielders. 2 Ogates, basically. That's what you just said. And you have Bruno as the 8, the roaming 8, who plays between the 8 and the 10. You just said that. Yeah, he's only got 1.
Yeah, that's the problem. That's the problem. And I'm not sure why Amorim is doing this. Because I think he gets exposed, so weird, because the tempo of the Premier League is so high, and also it's about the profile of Bruno. Because in the Portuguese league, he had Martin Hjulman. And Hjulman is so much better on the ball, because there's something called ball retention. It's about keeping the ball. Because
something we don't have. We don't have that.
You keep it chaos, like the Jurgen Klopp thing.
But he's sitting on the bench.
Go heavy metal,
he's sitting on the bench.
Go back to revert to control, and that's like the Pep type of football. And in Portugal, he did both. He could control the games, and he could go gung ho and go attacking, go full chaos. But now I feel this Amorim system is more about chaos all the time. You're never in control. We can never keep the ball. We can never take down the tempo.
We treat the ball like a hot potato.
Kill the game.
You can't win in the Premier League. You can't treat the ball like a hot potato and expect to win games. But I'm just going to go around quickly. At this rate, we're going to concede 20. We've conceded 26 goals in 16 games. If we carry on at this rate, Manchester United will concede the highest goal ratio in a season in the Premier League history, which would be around 50. If we carry on at this rate, it will be around 50 to 55. That's because Amorim does not does not. In Portugal, you're playing against 4 teams. Braga. No, 3 teams actually.
Braga.
Yeah. Porto and Benfica.
Benfica,
Yeah. Here, you've seen it the other night, bottom of the league, Wolves, who've only got like how many points? Yeah. Who've not won a game this season. Took Arsenal to injury time, who are top of the league. That's the difference. He's making it up as he goes along, Amarim. And that's why I'm taking it out, Amarim. That's why I'm saying it's ownership on the board. It's Ratcliffe, Ineos. It's on them. It's their game plan. This is how they see it. And the reason why we're going to come into in a minute, I'm going to show you the quotes because we need to move on from this, is talk about Bruno quotes. And I can give you the quotes. Go ahead, Helga.
Yeah, I was just thinking about, earlier when you said about Nuruddin, you said about the game that kind of when we were 4-3, you were saying that Mainoo tried to keep the ball and we needed to like be a little bit more pragmatic. I think it's so weird when you think about when we have been like under 1-0, 2-0, 2-1 this season, and we all have been like wanting more urgency from the team. Like where's the urgency from the subs? Where's the urgency to just attack? We're under. We're like some games I feel like we're under 1-0 or 2-0 or 2-1, and I want the team to like push more forward, to show more urgency. And when you made that point, I was just thinking, isn't it funny that we were leading 4-3 and then we needed to not show urgency, and we were leading 4-3 and we were showing like urgency like we were under 1-0 in that
No,
moment.
you need to get the goal. I understand. You could score the goal. If you're going to go for it, go and get the 3rd goal because they played quite high line. So what I'm saying is that there is a way to do it. There is a way to do it, Elga. You don't have to overcommit. You can get into shape and pick your moments against because they're pushing. They're going to be pushing more men forward. So you pick your moments because they play such a high line. That's why they conceded goals. Their average goals they concede away from home. The last time they won away from home, by the way, was August. Everton were horrendous away from home. So were West Ham. And they all come to Old Trafford and have an absolute field day. And West Ham, you can think, you know what? They were the likely team to score towards the end of the game. What I'm saying to you is that in a controlled way, 1 second. What I'm saying to you is that I'm saying don't sit back. I'm saying to be more controlled in the way and be more precise.
Yeah.
I'm not asking you to be pragmatic. I'm asking for control and more precise to go and get the 5th goal. Because I know we know Manchester United can't win by 1 goal anymore. They can't. We need to talk 2 goal. But there's a way of doing it in football. There's another way of doing it where it's not helter-skelter, right? Or where it's pragmatic. There is an in-between. There's a thin line in between where you have certain control. You make sure that everybody's doing their duties and you hit them. You win the ball in certain areas because they play the high line, especially because it's such an attacking team. You hit them in the right point to go and get that 5th goal. And that team could have done that. Man City are scoring goals against them. Man City proved that. Man City slapped them. Every team slapped them. If you got people who can keep up with them in midfield, and if you can limit their transitions, right? If you can limit their transitions, right? And you got physicality against that. They push an extremely high line, but we can't defend either. So to me, that's what my problem was. I put a tweet out last night, and honestly, I said no more predicting, but I said they play a high line and we can't defend, and they're good on a transition. So it is what it is. But go ahead, Olga.
Yeah, that was my point, that a lot of like for example against West Ham or against Everton, I feel like I've been wanting like this urgency to attack and to be aggressive when we need a goal, and I feel like I've been wanting that for so many games this season that I've been missing it. And my point was, it was just so ironic to see that I saw that urgency to yesterday when we were leading 4-3 and didn't need to be that. We needed to be a little more like pragmatic.
But Helge, that's because we can't control the game. The game controls us.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the problem. The opposition
You
team.
mean, Elgin,
as
you mean
Viola
more,
said-
you mean less gung-ho. Gung-ho's the word, where you just
Yeah.
Yeah,
dive
it
in
was
and go
no
crazy,
need.
yeah.
It was no need for it. But Jarvis's point is exactly spot on. It's not because we didn't want to. It's because we don't know how to. We don't know how to, and that's again super concerning.
Yeah, but we don't have we don't have Frankie De Jong type players. We don't have Pedri type. We don't have those type of players.
No.
All you needed to do at that moment was just get a guy, hold the ball, keep triangles all day long, move with it all day long, slow the game right down. I've never seen United do that. I've never ever seen him do it.
Yeah, but
just
Irfan,
haven't-
I said in my channel, Amorim had one thing to do in that last 5 minutes. When we were up 5-4, the 3-4, he should have.
4-3.
He didn't
No,
even have to
sorry,
shout to the players. He could have just done this.
Yeah.
3 signs: 5 in the back, 4 in the midfield. Keep it tight. That's all. And we could have just hoofed it long to Cunha up top, and Cunha could try to drive it the ball to the corner flag every time.
Yeah.
Just stall and kill the game. Every time something happened, you lay down for 2 minutes. You get the medic team on the pitch. You just kill the game. But we can't. We don't have the dark arts in football. We don't know how to do it.
But Jarvis, we haven't done that. I've not seen that for so many years.
No.
Described, honestly.
No.
Oh, we
I
can't.
was-
We can't.
I was thinking about do you all remember the Jamie Carragher, the comment when he said the park the bus? You can park a bus in the midfield. That was under Ten Hag, and we were playing 3 in the midfield at the time. And I remember the spaces were so crazy to watch up a midfield time and time again. And that was 3 in the midfield, and that's 18 months ago, and we still haven't bought a decent midfielder. Like 20 million pounds. Come on, buy something decent. Like
Well, this
that's
could have been the
18
answer.
months ago.
Well, this could have been the answer, Elgi. Let's get into it.
Yeah.
This is.
Yeah.
I find the timing of these quotes to come out very suspicious, as you already know. People call me a conspiracy theorist, but I'm happy to take it. I don't see that as an insult. I see that as I take it as a pride, because there are a lot of things done in the dark that always will come to light. Big up everybody. Please smash the like on the video. Let's get to 150 likes for this stream. Let's do it. That's the target. So this is it. This has come out. So apparently this was done with Portuguese journalists, and this came out last night, but this was done a couple of weeks ago. But Bruno, the club wanted me to go in the summer. No, all the fans, we all did. I have that in my head. I told the directors this, but I think they didn't have the courage to make that decision. That is a very interesting word. I decided to stay. Why are you in control? You're a football player. This is the type of football club it's run by, these clowns people. I decided to stay also because of my family reasons. So you only stay because of the family reason, but because I genuinely like the club. The conversation with the manager also made me stay. But from the club side, I felt a bit like, if you leave, it's not bad for us. No, it's not. It hurt me a lot, more than hurting. It makes me sad because I'm a player that I have nothing to criticize about. We've got everything to criticize about you, especially in midfield, my friend. I'm always available. I'm always play good, bad. I give my all. Then you see things around you, players who don't value the club as much, and they don't defend the club as much. That makes you sad. So he's passing the bucket. This is the captain of the football club, by the way. He carries on and says, let me just get to it. Let me just find it. Because he didn't just say that. More quotes coming.
Yeah, I came out right 2 minutes ago.
Okay.
Oh,
Oi.
half an hour ago. Yeah.
Half an hour ago.
Well-
Let me get to the other one.
Hang on, go back. Do you want to see?
Yeah,
that?
go back.
No, 1
I've
second. I
not
want
seen
to
those
go.
other quotes before.
Yeah. So here's what he said. I want to stay Manchester United. Obviously, so he's felt the heat, obviously. People have got to him and said, have you got anything to say about what you said? He said, I want to stay at Manchester as long as I feel desired. I would like my experience. I would like to experience Spanish League and fight for big titles in Italy. I have many connections to Italy. My daughter was born there. I already thought about returning to Portugal, but the first option would be Sporting, to be happy like it when I was Sporting. But I don't want to ruin the image that was left. Well, the image that you didn't win anything. You didn't win really any league titles or anything like that. So I don't know what image. They were successful. When you left them, they became successful straight away. I don't want to drag myself there. I want to add to it. And even if I try to distract district football in an advanced age, you can play in the district for love. So he wants to play like, you know, neighborhood football, like Sunday League. I have friends in the district. But yeah, he carried on and he was saying, there was another quote that he said. There was 2 quotes that he said. But all this Semenyo BS talk is happening. I can't be done with it. But yeah, Bruno basically made two statements. That's what he did. So there was another statement, and I can't find the other statement. I don't know what the other statement was, but yeah, let me just click onto this. Might be, was there any of these? No. This is one of the statement, and he basically said similar things. So over to you guys. What do you feel about that? Here it is, our captain. He's talking about going to Italy. He's going back to Portugal. And oh yeah, in the other section, what the quote that I can't find, I had it before. He basically says, oh, how he likes the Saudi League, and that the Saudi League, he likes the players that play there, and he would like the sunshine to go there because Manchester's been like no sunshine, so he likes to go to Saudi for the sunshine. That's what he said in the other quote. But here, on the other quote, he's adding on to it. Now he wants to play in Italy, he wants to play in Spain, he wants to fight for big titles. So this is like captain people. So who wants to go first? Go, Bumbaye. We got Bumbaye, and then you can go, Helga. Okay. Bumbaye, you there? Bruno's
I'm there, bro.
Players.
Yeah.
Big up,
Joe.
Big up.
I mean, I just become disconnected. This tearing down Bruno every single performance, every single week. It's almost as if everything bad at Man United is his fault. This guy plays every week under tremendous pressure. Every week. He's not a captain. He's the reason why the shape is off. He's killing everybody's game. I mean, this is all to me just a crock of shit. It's just bullshit. I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
I like it. Go ahead. So no, you don't see him vacating the midfield and leaving.
No, hang on.
Don't him losing the ball.
I agree with you there. I agree with you, but you need to continue. I agree with what you just said.
This guy, for me, has got nothing to prove. He has been the best player, has been played by every single manager, every single minute of every single game since he's been here. When he came in, we were on the floor, and he brought Man United back almost single-handedly. He's been a captain at all the teams he's played before, if you know his history. For Portugal, when he doesn't play, they're shit. Go and watch international football. He's one of the best midfielders in the world. Last season, he was arguably our best player. He's been played as a 6, where you guys want guys like Baleba. It's a different profile. It's a different profile of player. The amount of work, bro, he is a net positive for the team.
Is Bruno next to you? Is Bruno next to you? Is he on your couch? Is he sat next to you?
Come on, don't be so harsh. Come on. That's a bit harsh.
Unfortunately not, but seriously, like, bring any player you want that you rate, put him in this Man United team for the last 8 years. I want to see what he does. I want to see what Odegaard does, what De Bruyne does. I want to see what these guys can do. They're not going to do jack shit. He's an 8.
Can we just say
he's a creative player being asked to play in a 2-man midfield against 3 midfielders. Only recently is Cunha now dropping back to help out. And the amount of times, Bruno, you talk about he's running and he's causing chaos. The amount of last-ditch tackles he makes and the shift that he puts in.
Last-ditch tackles?
All the time. All the time.
Hang on, Bumbaye.
All the time, bro. Honestly, you're only seeing... Bro, do you know what the problem is at United?
Can you tell me what does Bruno do off the ball?
Wait a second.
He causes chaos in the team.
Bro,
I know you would never play with somebody like Bruno. You would never play with a player like Bruno.
You just missed it. Point. The number of assists this guy's created. Number of assists. Of all the players.
Bro, the assists and goals speak for themselves. This is in a team.
More to football than
Let me finish, man. In a team, this is the context, yeah. It's just he's picked up, but this team, he's played in teams where the players around him are not great. The instability and the turbulence of the club on and off the pitch is unbelievable. We thought we'd got through all that shit. Now we've got this stupid Kobbie Mainoo thing, which I am just ignoring. Kobbie Mainoo does not deserve to play. earn your place. You're not special. If you're not fitting into this team, go. It doesn't matter to me. He doesn't deserve to play. Who's he going to play instead
He
of?
wants to go. He
Let
wants
him
to
go
the
then.
club,
Then-
they're not letting him go.
But
Then
hang
let
on,
him
hang on,
go.
Nerdy. We got to do the
Do you know
Bruno
what I mean?
one first.
Then
Now you're
let
bringing
him
something
go.
else, and let's just
No,
do
he's
Bruno
jumping,
first.
jumping around to Bruno now, right? He's jumping from Bruno to Kobbie.
Yeah.
Come on, Mumbai, are you finished yet?
Bro, for me, I just listen to it, the same bullshit every week. I don't even buy into it
Lucky
at all.
Ben's not here.
Without this guy, I don't even want to think where this team would be. He is a net positive for
Yeah.
this team. Net
Yeah.
positive for this team. And you guys talk about put Toby Collier there. He can't even get into the West Brom
Oh
team.
my God! I swear to God, I wish we had Toby Collier to come.
He
Yesterday-
can't even
I
get
was
into the
saying,
West Brom team.
I wish. I absolutely
And you want to play
wish
him instead of Bruno.
Toby Collier to come on and actually help us see games through.
Kobbie Mainoo
He
is
did it last
slowing,
year.
is
Get
slowing
around that
down Man
football pitch.
United's game.
You honestly, I don't know what games you
I
watch. So
swear.
let me know when you finish. Let me know when you finish.
Bro, look, for me, it's simple. This guy has been one of the best signings we've made in the last decade by a country mile. He's a world-class player, and he's always available. And the guy has the ability to do things that not many
That's not a
players
good
can
thing.
do.
Being available all the
I
time
was
is not a good
watching.
thing.
I was watching the Wolves versus Arsenal game that you mentioned. I watched the whole game. They are desperately crying out for a guy that can give you that Mason Mount kind of pass. That's what they were crying out for in that game. They used up a lot of luck from the bank. Only Bruno's unlocking that team, not Odegaard, not Declan Rice, not Eze. I seen it. I watched it. It was so easy for Wolves. I don't know how they
Bruno
escaped that
ain't
one.
unlocking shit. Wolverhampton at home, that was one of the worst performances they played this season. And that's Wolves fans. Wolves fans telling you that's the worst performance we've ever seen from a Wolves team in the Premier League at home. They said when
And
we
this
played
thing
Nottingham
about,
Forest,
bro,
we lost
this
1-0.
thing about,
The team
let
played
me
everything.
tell you this.
The way that you're talking, no, Bombay, I've heard enough. I've heard enough. You got to quick and come back because you've
Bro,
said a lot.
You've
Said
not let me actually speak.
You said this team, we don't know where we'd be without it. I promise you, man, will be a bit more balance of a football team than they are with Bruno. And you would never. Jarvis, I'll ask you one question. Could you
Please, man.
ever play next to Bruno? Ever in your life as a footballer?
It's
You
a
know
very
where I
leading
play.
question.
You
It's
know,
a very leading
listen,
question.
Listen, where do I play on the
It's a
pitch?
leading
No,
question.
listen.
Come
No, ask
Bombay.
me the question. Where do I play? What's my position?
Bombay.
Hang on a minute, Jarvis. What's my position, everything? Behind the striker. He's my
You could
dream
never
partner.
play.
He's
Oh
my
God,
dream
no.
partner. He will find
No
me.
chance. No chance.
You want
No
guys?
chance.
Who you think you're going to get to change
who
this?
he's the who ball merchant. But the only thing you're interested is goals and assists. That's the only thing. Just
No,
be
it's
honest
not.
about
I've
that.
mentioned a lot
Because
more than that.
other than that,
I didn't even mention assists. Irfan did.
Absolutely. He
I didn't even mention assists.
the team. He is a huge disadvantage to the team.
No.
We play through him and he rushes everything. He sometimes can't make a 2-yard pass.
No.
Just hoofs the ball. But go ahead, Jarvis. Come in, please. Come in.
Nonsense, bro. You're talking now. That's not Bruno. I don't know what Bruno you're talking about.
No,
So-
no,
Bombay.
hang on,
Bombay.
Bombay. That's
You
the
can-
you've talked about the positive of Bruno. I agree with everything you said, but there's another side to it as well, and that's what
But that's
Jarvis
all,
maybe
yeah.
will
But
continue with.
the issue is, Irfan, that is all we focus on exclusively on this channel. That's all people see is the negative.
So
There
you
is
want
no
me
positive.
to forget what I see with my own eyes? You want me to
No,
forget what I
I
see
want
with
you
my
to
own
see.
eyes?
I want you. I want your eyes to
That's
see.
what you want to do.
No,
You
no,
want me to
no,
forget?
no,
You
no.
want me
Don't
to
put
come
words
here
in my mouth.
and be
I want you to
XG
see
merchant
the
and
good.
talk about his XG
No,
and talk
no,
about the
don't.
goals and assists
No,
when
bro.
I
I don't want you
see
to do that. I
clearly
don't
how
want you to do that.
dysfunctional he makes the team.
No,
Okay,
bro.
you want
I
us to
don't
do
want.
that? Go ahead.
I don't want you to do
Let
that.
Jarvis,
What I
you said
want
enough.
you
Let
to do.
Jarvis, I'm going to mute. You need to mute. Jarvis
No,
has to speak.
But Nuruddin, do you know what is the
No,
problem
let
with
him
this
finish.
channel sometimes?
Hold on, let me speak.
Is that you want to dominate the conversation, put words in my mouth,
You've said what you have to say.
and coerce what I'm trying to say to suit what you want to hear. That's bullshit.
No, hang on, Bombay.
See
no, listen.
everything about Bruno, not just
listen a
the
minute.
bad stuff that you see, because you don't see anything but bad.
No,
And that is wrong.
No, Bombay, listen. let's just get this. Let's get calm. Step back a bit. I'm not saying anything that you said was laughable. I'm just saying that's just one part of how people see it. So you did the positives. Let's
No,
take
that's
it
fine.
round because we're here all night. Let's take it to Jarvis and give his view. Let's just get a balance between what you think and what the United fans thinks.
But Mumbai, I respect your opinion, and I understand where you're coming from, and I understand full-heartedly why people like Bruno, why they cherish Bruno, and for me, when I look at football, I look at from a eagle eye perspective. I look at the pitch, I look at the positional play. I try to figure out where's the balance, and what you are talking about now, you're talking about the balance of the Bruno debate in the channel, but I'm talking about the balance on the pitch. Because Bruno, he's the type of player when I look at him, he's playing as a number 8. I see a midfielder who lacks defensive awareness. Bruno, he's a creator by nature. He's constantly looking for something to happen. Whether it's like a big chance, assist, a goal. But what happens with the balance of the team when Bruno plays deeper? Because we lose defensive stability, and when Bruno steps out, he steps out to press. He tries to go for interceptions all the time. He tries to win the ball high, by reading the pass. He attempts risky passes. He loses the ball and gives the opposition chance to transition on us. He comes in, he makes rash tackles, and he's not a good tackler and loses the ball. And often he allows his man to run past him in hope that we will win the ball back so he will be free for the next transition. But it doesn't always work. And for me, we lose the balance when we have a player like Bruno. Because when we look at the Amorim system, for example, we play with 3 in the back and 2 central midfielders. They are the defensive shape. They are what I call the transition defense. So when we lose the ball, those 5 guys are the ones who are going to absorb the counterattack from the opposition. But when we have Bruno wandering off, we only have 4 guys left. And then that's a problem. And with this Amorim system, it happens to have it like we have 3 defenders and one midfielder. And when one midfielder gets run out by 2 guys, 3 guys, he's helpless. And he needs a partner to absorb the counter-attacking press. And because of this, both when attacking and defending, we have become a transitional team. We're never in control. The game goes back and forward. And this is the same criticism we gave Ten Hag and also a little bit under Ole. But we were more in control because we sat a little bit deeper. It was more counter-attacking. But, that's simplifying the Ole tactics a little bit. But for me, I hope that we can get more ball retention. We can take down the tempo. We can play with more control. And I don't think we will never get this with Bruno. Building a team around Bruno isn't driving the evolution or the long-term progress. It traps us in a short-term framework. We are prioritizing immediate fixes over a structure that can actually sustain a progress. We need all the players to step up, all the players to take control, all the players to take place in this team. It's not all about Bruno. And I think, in the summertime, if Bruno leaves, we will be in a vacuum. It will take a little bit of time, but when it happens, we will see more players stepping up and doing the job Bruno is doing by himself now. The one-man army. We are united. We should have 11 players taking control of that pitch.
It's not tennis. This is not boxing. This is not
When
individual
Bruno
sport.
was doing this thing that you're talking about, and it was effective as it could be, surrounded by a dreadful team, nobody was saying anything that time. He's playing in a position, he doesn't have the physical profile to play that position. He's a guy that should be playing where you've got Mount or Xerxes.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. This is exactly my point to you, Jarvis, in the sense that that is the reality. That is the reality. That this team has a lot of minnows that won't step up, but he will always step up. He might not get it right all the time, but that's what we're talking about. Nuruddin, you used to talk to me every single week. Paul Pogba's got shit players around him. It's not his fault. Paul Pogba can't play as a sitter. Paul Pogba can't play on the left. Bro, Bruno
Don't even start
Fernandes.
comparing. Please
Bruno,
don't even go there.
don't.
Let's not
I'm
even
not
go there.
comparing.
Let's
I'm not
even go
comparing
there.
players.
Paul Pogba is here.
You see,
Bruno
this is your
Fernandes
running
is
away
not
from
even
the
good
argument
enough to
now.
lace his
Bro,
boots
you're
as a
just running
footballer.
away from the argument.
You're
you're
waffling
not
now.
prepared
You're
to stand up
absolutely
Let him
and
finish.
waffling
Let him
now.
defend
finish.
what I'm
You're
saying.
absolutely waffling so much so. Just remember,
No, bro.
Matic and Pogba
No, bro.
on their own got this football club 82 points. When
Mourinho.
he's been captain, since he's
Jose,
been captain,
your boy Mourinho, that was.
not just Jose, under Ollie as well. Under Ollie as well.
No,
with Ollie as well.
The highest
Under
point
Ollie,
finish is
under
Jose.
Ollie
on
as
82
well.
points.
Under
No,
Ollie, we finished second. Under Ollie.
not with 82
don't
points.
even give me any of that. Under Bruno, after 2-year captaincy, we've gone from 15 and now
You
8
are,
to 15. And now
Nuruddin,
we are the
Nuruddin,
getting even worse.
bro,
You're
it's
getting the whole
it's
team. I'm sorry
hypocritical
to say, let me finish. Let
for
me
you
finish.
to make concessions for
You know
players
your
that you
argument.
like
You know your argument.
and have a
is so
double standard
ridiculous. The whole
for Bruno,
team
knowing
was
that
set
he
up for
plays in the
Bruno.
wrong
The
position,
whole team was set
knowing
up
that
for
he's been
Bruno.
surrounded
Wait,
by a
wait,
lot
hang on,
of
guys.
players
Two people
and
can't
players
speak
that
at
are
the same
below
time.
par,
It's just
yet
waffling
he
because
still performs.
what he's saying is just a waffle.
It's
The
hypocritical.
whole team was set up to get the best out of Bruno. That's the difference between Pogba and Bruno. One, Manchester United put players
We
to get the
bought
best out of
Matic
Bruno
for
and played
Pogba.
him in his free role to get the best out of him and never substitute him, whether he's having a stinker or regardless, plays every minute of every game. And the way you made that is like some boastful thing. That's no good because football is a team game.
hang on,
It's not, it's a team
you
game.
know,
So when a player's having a stinker, every
Nuruddin,
player should be taken off.
let me tell you what
Every
the
player
issue
should
is.
be saying,
Listen,
no,
stop,
you can't
stop,
play.
Hang
We're
on,
not
listen.
playing into a form.
Let's
The
not
difference is
shout.
that
Let's not
the
shout.
whole team-
Let's not
The
shout. Let me
whole
talk.
the whole team was to get the best out of Bruno. And if I'm lying,
Listen, Habibi,
if I'm
calm
lying,
down a
Jarvis
minute.
will tell me I'm lying.
I don't want
But
to.
Manchester
Don't bring
United
Jarvis
became a
into it. Let me
transitional
talk to you.
team because
No,
of Bruno's football.
Okay.
Hang on a minute, guys. Hold on.
Hang on. Nuruddin,
What
I'm
are we
gonna say,
talking here?
Nuruddin, let me talk. Stop. Not let me talk. Hang on. You make concessions for one player, and then another player who's playing out of position, whose tenure here has been
He's
at
not
our
playing out of
lowest.
position.
He is playing out of position. He's not
It's
six.
only that's during
not
Amarin's
six.
time. He's playing
He's
in
not
midfield,
six.
which is bullshit.
We're talking
Before
about
that,
Bruno
the
today.
whole team was to get the best out of Bruno Fernandes. He had
We're
the free
talking
role.
about
He
your
was the
show.
only one allowed to have a
Nuruddin,
free role.
This
He
show
was
is
the
going
only
live
player in the
on the
last how many
16th of
years
December,
was
bro.
allowed the total
No.
freedom of Manchester United on the
Listen,
football
don't
pitch.
try. Don't
It's the truth.
don't hoodwink.
Whoa,
it.
come on.
Don't hoodwink it. Calm down.
Wait
You
a
make
second. Hold on.
concessions for
Hold on a
one
minute.
player. A guy's playing out of position.
You know what? I'm gonna make a cup of tea because this is
Do.
for everybody. If you watch
make a
United
cup
the
of
past
tea.
6
No,
years,
wait
Make a
a
cup
if
second.
you
of
watch
Wait.
United for the past 6 years, you know and understand the only player that was allowed to have a free role in the team is Bruno Fernandes. Nobody else. Everybody who watches the game understands that. He could roam, he could go wherever he wants, he can be positionally indisciplined, he can be anywhere on the football pitch.
Make a cuppa. Make a cuppa.
Well, wait,
cuppa.
Bombay. Wait a second.
We are
No, you can't
talking,
say that.
Earthman.
You
No,
can't
hang
say-
on. Listen.
ridiculous.
Listen. We're talking on today's show, 16th of December 2025.
Yeah.
That's the show. He's making all the concessions in the world for Paul Pogba, who had Matic bought for him and Herrera,
Yeah.
two top players. Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got a guy that is playing in a team as a 6 next to Casemiro in a 2-man midfield, not a 3-man midfield.
Yeah.
There's a double standard here.
Yeah.
Big double standard from Nuruddin here.
No, I
And what
agree.
in a much worse squad as well.
Wait a second.
Not just in a much worse squad as well. How young is this team been? How inexperienced are these players?
You see,
And as it goes on, 10 years, 11 years, whatever it is, it's getting worse because the standards are disappearing more and more. He is the only guy, man, that every week he's playing with this kind of level of just bad criticism every week. It's unbelievable.
Yeah,
he is always available. Every manager's played him. And to me, man, all considered, he's a net positive.
But you see,
the team is not even functioning properly.
Yeah, but Bombay, you reveal how you see the game in his position. Jarvis sees it differently. Helge sees it different. Everyone sees it. When I listen to someone's opinion, it reveals what they observe in the game, not as an individual level. Some people just look at individuals running around, and some people look at the team game. And let's be honest, going back from even to the 80s and now, football has become incredibly tactical. It's all about spatial awareness. So I get what you're saying, but I also get what Nuruddin's saying, because Nuruddin's right. And you're right to a degree, but you're only talking about a guy where I agree he gives everything, he gives his heart to the team, everything. But when you look at it, it's almost like headless football when you watch it with him. He gives you this X factor where he'll score a goal, like he scored a free kick yesterday, blah, blah, blah. But you watch the way his passes are errant. They go all over the place. He doesn't give us any control. So Bruno actually, to me, he basically, he's the great highlight and understanding of where the team has been for the last 10 years. Just looking at him tells you where the team has been for the last 10 years. It's just very, very inconsistent and it's unstable. So and Bruno, and the way you talk about Bruno, it's up and down with Bruno. Some people are saying this, some people are saying that.
I have no issue conceding, and I've criticized Bruno many a times. It's not one of these where you can't touch him. No, it's not that.
Yeah.
But I just feel, and I'm always listening, and I don't really say anything. It's just it's like Maguire or Fellaini or Ashley Young. What are you people talking about? He's playing out of position in a two-man midfield in a team that is not functioning right. But the problem is, it is completely disproportionate to lay the bulk of the blame for our woes on the fact that he vacates space. Here's what we have. If you want to put Kobbie Mainoo there and think you're going to get a different result, I would love to see it. I would love to see it. If you want to put Ugarte there and think you're going to get a different result, I want to see the good stuff that Bruno does, take that away, fill the gap of the bad stuff that he does with any other midfielder that we have now. That's what we're talking about. He's playing in this squad. We are making the best of a bad situation. If I was wrong, why do you keep going back to the transfer market? The problem is, Irfan, there's a context. And it's completely devoid of context. The level of disproportionality, the criticism. But it's stupid almost.
Yeah, but that's how you see that's how you see the play. That's how you see Man United. You see it from your perspective. You know, everyone's coming from different perspectives. I told you, everyone, these guys are more, Nuruddin and Jarvis, they're much more managerial about it. They talk like managers do, and other managers, because they're looking at tactical awareness and how the game flows and who's it focused around. Is it the structure? Is it individuals? They're looking at it very differently. I can't disagree with what you're saying about what he gives.
But what are your alternatives?
Well,
what is the team that we're playing in?
Have his say, and
what is the position that he's been deploying?
For him to leave the football club, simple. He should have left with Rashford.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So have your criticism
for the past
but
4 years.
You've
said enough. I want to make a cup of tea. Yeah. I heard what you were saying.
I'm still talking, but you can't just blast in.
No. But mate, look, listen, you've done your bit to defend him. Let's move it on a second. Let's see.
No, bro. I just want it understood by everybody. What Nuruddin says, what Jarvis says, they're entitled to it. What people in the comments says, absolutely, I've got no issue. But it's way disproportionate, the reproach on a weekly basis, consistently, irrespective of the performance. And I think within the context of what I'm saying, what's available, what's been the team and the turbulence, his individual contribution is a definite net positive. If you have a better solution, you think Mainoo or Mount or Collier, please, I want to see that.
Yeah,
but no manager agrees with that.
Yeah, but what you're revealing who Man United are. It's a split, divisive team. The fans are divided. The management, everything's divided. And this conversation about Bruno reveals it all. This is where we are. With that kind of up and down team, you can't predict. So I get why you're saying it. I'll be interested to see how much of the fans.
I'd like to hear what Helge thinks. We're not heard from Helge. Go ahead.
I knew I liked this guy from the first moment.
Well, let's see what he's got to say then. Let's see. Go
on. Helge,
we've had this long chat with Helge.
You ever played Bruno in midfield?
Tell the truth what you how you see it. Yeah.
No, but I don't like simple answers because simple answers isn't often the right answer.
Well, you can explain it. Go ahead.
Yeah.
No, so like first of all, without anyone Nuruddin screaming at me. I have the right to have my opinion. Okay.
No, you
100%,
don't. Not on this
100%.
channel.
100%.
No, so I agree with a little bit of both from Jarvis and everyone, and Boumaier and Rudin, but my thing is that I get that I get the positional thing, but he is being played out of position, and it's not him like walking up to Amrim's house and like, please, can you play me out of position? I want to be doing bad things for the team. And so my point also would be, if everyone has ever seen a Portugal game, so you can watch like 50 Portugal games, why is he never out of position for them?
He's immaculate for them.
Can I
Because
just say something?
normal.
No. You asked the question. I'll just answer it. You can't compare international football to Premier League football. Totally different.
I agree with.
And the way that the
I
Portugal set up and the type of team they have and the way he plays in that, he's not the main guy. They've got Coutinho who runs things.
No,
they've got Ronaldo. They've got David Silva.
Yeah.
They've got all these other players.
That's my point. That's my point. So I think he is like a very crazy player, just wants to be free and like run on a cornfield and want to do whatever he wants to do. I get that. That's him as a player. Hate it. That's okay.
Ill-disciplined in the world. Ill-disciplined, yeah.
Yeah. He is that type of player. So we can all ask, do you like those type of players that are just crazy like that and just scores crazy goals and assists and so, or do you like Iniesta, close control, always doing things? That's just a personal taste, like if you like pasta or if you like salmon, right? So that is kind of the first question. And then the second question is, would but there he doesn't have to be the main guy. And that's also one of my points, that he looks worse in our side because he have to be a left back because 100%. The left back is shit. He have to be a right winger because the right winger is shit. He has to score because Højlund and Xerxes scores like 3.5 goals in 3 years. He tries to do everything, and I know that seems like, no, but just do your job. But if he did his job, we wouldn't score. We wouldn't have. So I get both sides of the argument, but at the same time, you have to ask yourself, what do you like as a football fan or whatever? And for me, I have no like concern about if he was at City or at Liverpool, Real Madrid, PSG, with like normal midfielders behind him, or strikers that actually could score goals, or left back that isn't like Amrabat playing out of position for Ten Hag. If he just had normal people around him, like actual professional footballers that had the IQ more than a bar stool, he could more focused on his job and what he was supposed to do, and we would all look at him very differently. And also, the one thing I can really like when I see him speak or see him on the pitch, the person he reminds me the most of is myself. Not the positional things, but I hate losing more than anything in the world. Like if I play against my 7-year-old nephew, I will beat him 100 times, just because I hate losing. I refuse to lose. And when I see him on the pitch, sometimes he seems like he's a mad guy, just been signed off in a mental hospital and just allowed to play for United, because he's just running around and looking like crazy. But that's me when my team are laying under 3-0 and I don't know what to do. I'm going mental. I'm being centre back even though I'm a striker. I hate losing. So my point is, I see the managerial, that he's out of position stuff and whatever. So I get all of those points, but I also think it's very easy to see the faults. But if he had just normal players around him, and people said, no, he would still be that crazy. That's okay if you believe it. I don't believe it. We are all allowed to believe what we will. But there is not Pep Guardiola, not Ferguson. No one could convince me that Bruno in a normal team with normal players that actually knows how to just do the basics every week would be the exact same Bruno that we have seen. No one could convince me of that. And should we sell him? Should we not? I'm not sure about that because I'm not like keep him for everything we've got. But I'm also like, in my list, if it was like the naughty or nice list, he's like the 100th thing for me on my list of what I would get rid of in that club, like the fitness people, like the physios, Radcliffe, the owners, Wilcox, Barada, 20 of the players. Maybe he is a problem, maybe it's something to fix, but he is so far down my line because I have moaned about players not wanting to play, faking injuries, like Martial every time it was raining, or he was just never fit. Shaw, people like that. I'm just fed up with players that don't want to play for our club, players that like he is at least everything I have been moaning about all other players, that he is never like so there, yeah, positionally, but he don't want to play in that position, and he's only doing it because he is asked to and doing his best, and his best isn't good enough because he, in no way, shape, or form is he a 6 or an 8. But so I get all points of the argument, but for me, I just think he was the right player at the wrong time because I remember when he played with Pogba for a little time, they loved playing together. They were crazy together with Greenwood and Rashford and everyone. I remember how that looked with Ronaldo as well. There was a moment in time where you could actually
counter-attacking team suits Bruno on the transition.
Yeah, when we had Pogba around, when we had Greenwood in form, when we had Rashford, I remember when he didn't have to be the main man, he was kind of a different player around that little area as well. When he didn't have to score the goals, do all the assists, he was like more a relaxed player. So yeah,
everybody knows you play football with good players, it's an easy game. You play with bad players, it's a hard day at the office. And everyone on this channel, go back and watch our shows. We were talking about how Bruno is having to find those Hollywood passes because of the way Ten Hag is playing and how it changed into a more possession-based game where Bruno changed the way that he's playing. You have to ask yourself if his game is a symptom of the way that we're trying to play, because he has the quality to find the passes that no one else from midfield can find. But everyone's overlooking that. It's simply he is the issue. This is bullshit. This is just tunnel vision, and it's whether he should be getting the bullets. I'm on here saying he had a stinker, but he takes bullets when he should and when he shouldn't, because it's become a habit now. Just like every week, Maguire, whether he's good or bad, if you say he's good, something wrong with you. No, it is true. It is true, and it's the same with Fellaini. It is true. We have a problem at this club. It is true.
You're waffling now.
Hang on a minute.
Maguire couldn't even do the basics for a year and a half.
But Maguire saved our asses, came good.
All of the criticism Maguire got, not the abuse, the football on the football pitch, he deserved. Because he used to pretend he was that guy.
Whether he's good or bad, he's getting killed. Fellaini's the same.
For what he is. But you're waffling now, seriously. You're waffling.
It's not waffling. Watch your own shows back. Every week.
I told the truth about Bruno. When he played well, I said he played well. When he played crap, I said he played crap. When Maguire played well, I said Maguire played well. When he played bad, I said he's horrendous. He's costing us goals. And whether you like it or not, Manchester United have conceded 26 goals this season, and Bruno's to blame at least 10 of those goals. Just because players run the back of it.
Just
they run the back of it. They run
quit
the back
quit while you're ahead.
You know how he's such a coward. He's not a captain of Manchester United. You know what he does? After he comes out, he starts throwing young players under the bus. That's how much of a coward he is. And in that statement, when he's talking
See what I
about
mean?
these
It's all
crowds,
nonsense what you're saying.
well, listen to
You
me.
just
No, let me
interpret
finish, please.
everything in a
You
way
said enough.
that's
You said enough
conducive
now.
to your
You said enough.
negativity
I need to
towards
come
the
back
player.
at the point what you
daft.
made.
It's daft.
Just 1 second. I've let you speak. Now. You
Nerdin,
can't let me speak.
hang
Right?
on, Nerdin. You
The-
know when you are. Can I ask you a question? You know when you brought this question up about Bruno, obviously I knew this was going to happen, but weren't you also questioning why he leaked or why that was leaked? The interview was leaked. Weren't you also asking that?
Well, that's because of the club.
Stuff about
Because of the club.
football league.
Because of
Wasn't
the
that the part of the
disgraceful
question too?
second half.
Yeah.
Because of the disgraceful second half and the fact that this football club looked at 3 games, Irfan.
Yeah.
Everton,
Yeah.
Horrendous away record in the Premier League. Come and get the 3 points at Old Trafford.
Yeah.
West Ham, horrendous away record this season.
Yeah.
Come and get a point and actually could have.
Bournemouth as well. Yeah. Bournemouth.
Looking at a stronger team towards the end of the game.
Yeah.
And then Bournemouth come, who've not won away from home, who concede on average at least 3 goals away from home, have come to Old Trafford and scored 4 goals. So to take away from that, we get this news breaking. And I'm like, I don't need you, clown. To me, all this shows me is everything I've always said. Always, I've spoke to Jarvis about it. This guy has got some sort of impunity at this football club because he dictates when he wants to go. Because he tells you the owners and the football structure, they don't even have that. But Pogba was caged against his own will. Pogba was fucking put in prison and caged because of the Adidas deal that Woodward had with Adidas, and he was the Adidas fucking promoter.
Pin up boy.
Yeah, that's who he was, right? Well, Bruno, he says here they had no courage, the owners or the board or directors to let me go. So he just shows me on this. He can do whatever the fuck he wants, and he's supposed to be the captain of Manchester United. But
So you're questioning his player
people
power.
are so quick.
Yeah.
People are so quick, and there he's telling you about every other fucking club. He's telling you about he wants to play in Spain. He's telling you he wants to go back to Portugal. He's telling you he wants to go and play Sunday. He's telling you, I want to play Sunday League in Portugal. He wants to go everywhere. He wants to win titles, but he's allowed to do whatever the fuck he wants and get away with what he wants. And you know what? The only comparison that I can have with is the state of fucking Israel, that Zionist entity. He's got that level of impunity. He can do what he wants on the pitch. He can blame anybody he wants, and nobody can tell him anything because we've got too many XG and assist merchants in our football club. Like I said to you, no other footballer in the last 6 to 7 years has had the level of freedom as Bruno Fernandes has had.
Yeah.
And these clowns, that's why these clowns were always at their throat. These clowns, they didn't even have the courage to go and get that 100 million to go and buy 2 midfielders and make Manchester United a team. Bruno, if you rate Bruno and you think Bruno,
hang on, courage.
Let me finish. If you do that, then go and tell him to pick up a fucking racket or get some gloves on so you can watch him in the individual sport. We're looking at the balance, like Jarvis said, of a team. I think it was Kadeem said it. He's 30%. Kadeem said before, 30% net positive, 70% net negative for the team. The football is the game of 10 outfield players and 1 goalkeeper. You need to have a balance in your team. This ain't personal to him. This ain't personal to Bruno. My eyes will never lie to me. The recklessness thing that he does. And you know, Paul Scholes has won 11 league titles at Manchester United. Paul Scholes had asthma. Couldn't tackle for shit.
And they
Paul
couldn't tackle
Scholes,
at all, no.
His eyes went. Paul Scholes, they said what the current United players could get into any team that would you like to play against with. He said Bruno would be the most frustrating. This is out of his own mouth to play with. He says that guy has zero position in discipline. I say simple. You know, when you're growing up as a kid, you have players, right? It doesn't matter how the quality of the team that you're playing with. What matters is that positionally, what kind of example you're setting as a captain and as a player in that team. What kind of habits are you setting the young players? If you're so positionally indisciplined, then you have nothing to stand on. Because for me, in the highest level of football, the biggest things, I'm not going to judge you of assist and goals. I'm going to judge you in the overall 90 minutes of football. Are you a negative to your team? And are you part of a balanced team? Are you a team that when all your creativity is not there, what else are you contributing to this team? That's what I would put to you. But Irfan, I want to hear your 2 pence because you watch him as well. And then we hear from Ben.
I mean, to be honest with you, Nuruddin, like I said, it's like if I look at yesterday and that free kick, I'm like, fucking hell, mad, crazy free kick, absolutely insane level free kick. And I understand where Bombay is coming from, but I see the guy. I don't know, for the last 3, 4, 5 years, when I watch him do these passes that go nowhere, that are not even close, and because I love Kevin De Bruyne. I love watching that guy. I can watch that guy all day long. And I look at Bruno, and I know I shouldn't compare the two, but I look at the fact he saves
They're not even on the same planet of football world.
I know, Nuruddin, I know, but you understand. Look, obviously, because that's my jealousy of Kevin De Bruyne, being a blue. That's all. He does my nutting, but he's such a beautiful footballer to watch. This guy.
Do you hear what Kev said about Bruno?
No, we're talking about a similar sort of playmaker football. Okay.
Did you hear what Kevin De Bruyne said about Bruno?
Go on.
You didn't hear?
I'm not hearing this, bro.
Here we go.
Creative machine. He rated him above all other midfielders. Do you know why? Yeah. He understands the situation that Bruno's playing in, and still he's creating. Bro, Dino talks about Paul Scholes. I want Paul Scholes in this team. I want Paul Scholes in this Man United team. I want to see what he does. He's doing jack shit.
Oh my God! Oh, you know what?
But hang on a minute. Hang on.
As you said that, Jarvis is just thinking there is not a better switcher player I have ever seen in Premier League history than Scholes. I would
love to see it.
A tempo controller.
Yeah, there isn't. There isn't.
Whether we had
Nuruddin.
all the big players
switching the ball to Diallo.
That's what he's going to be doing. I have never seen a player control tempo.
Yeah.
I have never seen a player.
No Carrick next to him now. This is Casemiro. This is Casemiro next to him now.
You know, in the Premier League, right the way it is now. I am telling you, Paul Scholes will piss it. He will piss
not in this team. Not in this team.
Over this Premier League.
Not in this team.
Oh, I don't know what.
Not in this team, bro.
But hang on a minute.
Not in this team.
Nuruddin, Nuruddin, can I just say something?
No, bro, it's not. But I want you to be fair. You can't make a statement like Paul Scholes would piss it. I want Paul Scholes in this team. It's not Carrick next to him. It's not Rio Vidic behind him. It's not Rio Vidic behind him.
Hang on, Bombay. Listen, the point's been made, though. People have got to hear the pluses that you say, and police have also got to say the negatives, like from Nuruddin, Jarvis, etc. What his frailties are, what his weaknesses are, what his ill discipline is. We've heard it.
I just want to hear from Ben. Go ahead, Ben.
just to balance the debate.
No,
I think the debate's been pretty balanced. I'll be honest.
Adding Ben.
Well, first things first, Irfan, it's really good to see you, man. I've been subscribing to Nerd for so long, man. I've never seen you on the channels, man. So
I
good
survived
to see
2
you, bro.
years, trust me. Yeah. I would have died if I'd watched the last 2 years. I think I would have died, seriously.
Well, good having you back, bro.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. I think I've just arrived at the probably frankly the worst timing ever. When I just joined, all I heard is Bruno this, Bruno that. I'm sure all the chat knows all about me when it comes to Bruno.
Come on, Ben was in bed top.
Oh yeah.
Go, bro.
I'm only just home from training there, and it was bloody freezing, man. And all I heard on the way home, because I put the stream on in the background, I just heard, oh, they're going to be talking about Bruno now, and then Bombay was giving them credit. I'm like, lipstick, I might have to jump on, and then you were still talking about Bruno, so. Yeah, man. But big up to everyone, man. Big up the chat as always. But yeah, man. Look, I don't even know where to start, man. Honestly, like I said, people, it's the issues I have with Bruno Fernandes is not on the ball. It's what he does off the ball. For him to call himself a midfielder as a professional footballer is just outrageous. Where I see Bruno's best position in any system is a false nine. Because we've seen that. We've seen like where his best position is. Like the the FA Cup with Ten Hag. I thought he was actually quite good at the false nine because he was actually creating. He was linking up the play with the wingers and stuff with Garnacho.
Do you mean second striker or false nine? Sorry for interrupting you.
I think he was playing the false nine, wasn't he? With Ten Hag. So I think him as a false nine would probably be my pick if I was to pick him on like if I was a coach, I picked him obviously on the team. But I like I said, people like my issues aren't with Bruno what he does on the ball; it's off the ball. His positional sense, his you know his positional discipline, like where he has to be on the pitch, is like arguably one of the worst I've seen in football history. I told Said, I told when I was on the Fan Colin show, and he said, "Man, like come on, man, that's a wee bit." That's nowhere near a good what he was basically asking like the Fan Colin show like what is the tell me like an outrageous comment, and I just basically said Bruno Fernandes is the worst off the ball footballer I've ever seen in football. And do you know what, man? It's crazy. People keep talking about mentality. Bro, when Bruno Fernandes became the captain of Manchester United, the mentality started dropping significantly from the whole squad. But see, before that, when Maguire was captain, we never really talked about mentality. No one really talked about mentality. Now, everyone can say what they want about Maguire. I think Maguire
we
needs to
did
go.
talk about mentality. We said Maguire is
Well, not much so, nerd, and not as much as what we're seeing now. But
those discussions, if you want to be fair, those discussions will be had. Because Maguire is not good enough captain.
No, Maguire's not good. 100%. But you can't call yourself a captain and just basically point fingers at youngsters and like that want to improve, that want to get better. Like Roy Keane wouldn't have done that. Roy Keane would have came over and said, "Look here, all good, mate. Just all you need to do is just do this, do that." But no, he's just pointing this, pointing that. Like that's just not what you want at for a captain to really do that. Like for a club like Man United, man, and like at the end of the day, it will affect the dressing room even more because he would just say, "Bro, who the fuck is he to speak down on me, man?" When he's putting in shit performances, because rightly so, he's put absolute. I've not seen about 5 or 10. I'll probably even be like even nicer. 10 matches I've seen in Bruno Fernandes' career at Man United where I've seen, right, okay, he's actually played very, very well. Even when we got linked to him from Sporting, I was probably one of the very few fans that didn't want him. Because why? I just don't really see when I look at football, I don't see football as cams. I don't really believe in the whole cam situation, like number 10 situation. What I like is having 3 flatline midfielders, just like Newcastle do, just like Arsenal do, just like Liverpool do, PSG do, Barcelona do. There's so many fucking teams that just play with a flat 3, and this is why all these teams I've just mentioned are doing so. Yes, go on.
I just say one thing. Not everybody plays a flat 3. People play 3 midfielders different positionally where they are. Some are good on the ball, some are creators, some are more holding sitters. So there is this variation. There's
variation, but the thing is, Nurden, like see for example,
there is a balance.
Yes, like see for Newcastle, Tonali's never sitting back. Tonali likes to go forward as well, but the only way Tonali will go forward is if Joe Linton or Bruno Guimaraes sits back. So like he's communicating with the 2 other midfielders, and this is why I always call it a flat 3, because the 3 of them can just coordinate with each other and say, "Look here, you 2 go up. I'll hold the obviously the back line of the defense." And just this is why Ander Herrera, Nemanja Matic, and Paul Pogba work so fucking well, man. Because we were controlling games, we were playing through the midfield, and then all of a sudden, whenever we get this fucking player and Bruno Fernandes, and we just lost every midfield battle. We never started playing through midfield. It was always about wings, through the width, all that sort of shit. We weren't playing like putting crosses in the boxes and all that sort of stuff. But when it comes to Bruno Fernandes, man, I've said it so many times. People think I'm scapegoating Bruno. Yes, on paper it sounds like I am, but at the same time, man, I never rated him. I never liked him. And like I said, people, Bruno has escaped so many scapegoats in this Man United team. I've mentioned it: Anthony Martial, Paul Pogba, Ander Herrera, Nemanja Matic. Do you know what? I'll even say it. Even Fred. even fucking Fred. Fred got fucking scapegoated from this fucking fan base. Like I said, people, the guy just should not be anywhere near this fucking United team. And like I said, he's not the biggest issue at this club right now. You know, I don't. If you were to ask me right now, what I do if I walked in as Man United owner, no, sorry, as a like if I did change one thing right now, it'd be the owners, and then I'll go straight down to the captain and get rid of Maguire, Shaw, and all these players. But like I said, the first thing that Man United can have some sense is drop the captaincy, get rid of the captaincy. That's how I know we can then move on. Be serious. And like I said, for the players' mentality, if you're giving if you're dropping the captaincy off Bruno and giving the delete, for example, then the players then they have a reset on their heads and they say, oh look here, we've got a new captain now on board. Let's like see what his plans are on the pitch. You know, it's just a reset on the mentality of the players' heads. It's just been talked too much over these years with Bruno, like you said, Nerdin with Maguire. Just give it a change. Give it a change to delete, or even just anyone that's a leader. But even Casemiro too, man, because you know Casemiro obviously he's obviously performed at the highest level. But just give it some.
Now, to be fair, there is no captains that stand out. So I'm not asked.
No, but I'm going to make. But let's just ask one question. Let's just have everyone simple. Yes, no answer. Should Bruno be captain? Yes or no? Let's just do that quickly.
No,
not for me. No,
not for you, Jarvis. No. Yes, no.
No.
Boumbaye?
Without a doubt, bro. Two things I just want to add. Bruno, whenever he is shouting at players or putting his hands or getting pissed off, it's petulant. When Keane does it, or when anybody else does it, it's captaining material. When Bruno's rolling around and getting in the referee's face, that's petulant. But you want dark arts. He's the king of dark arts. He's the guy that straight away is on the referee, straight away from the start of the game, and he's building credits with him. He rolls around, he buys fouls. I want players to do more of that. They don't have that. All this stuff.
You know what? I
is
wish that he did
interpreted
that
in the negative.
When we were winning 4-3 last night. I wish he was doing that. Instead,
bro, look, I mean, with all due respect,
losing the ball, and then we got destroyed. I mean, nearly lost the game.
Bro, I'm not joking. It's just I'm only coming back at you guys. The criticism that you have of this particular performance, I take that. But I just listened to Ben now. Ben admits to you that he hates the person. This is going to affect your judgment. It's like the people that hate Mourinho.
To be fair,
and he's do you know what I mean? And he's called it. Bro,
yeah, bro. I give him his flowers, and Nerd started laughing at me. He thought I was.
Ben, listen, I accept Ben. Yeah, it's all love. But Ben is would rather die than give Bruno any flowers. Do you know what I mean? He just has got his mind made up and he wants him gone. It don't matter. And this is part of the issue. That kind of feeling, it clouds and affects your judgment to be objective.
Yeah. Listen, at the end of the day, to me, I just footballers on the football pitch. And if players are taking the piss, they're taking the piss. Bruno Fernandes has been taking the piss. And
can I just say something?
Kind of like
or hang on,
Mr. Glory, Mr. Piss.
But you think,
unfortunately, I know way too much about playing in midfield, and I know way too much about positioning. Yes. And I promise you, Boumbaye, you played with me all these 20-odd years you played with me. The biggest thing, I never stopped shouting at you getting in position. So actually, when you said it earlier on that you would, because you were like the Bruno in the team. And that's why I always fell out with you on the football pitch. Because you would just be getting on the ball, and off the ball, I would be screaming at you. Get it back here.
The plot is getting bigger.
Let me just come back.
1 second, Ben. Dino, you're right. But when you look at Bruno, think of it this way as well. Sometimes you put Zlatan out there, yeah? And Zlatan does nothing for 80 minutes, and then he comes up with something special, turns the game on its head. Right now, Mohamed Salah, one of Liverpool's all-time best players, he's been pigeonholed in, if he's not assisting or scoring, he has no effect on the game whatsoever. He doesn't have any other real major qualities. He's a hindrance to the team. Bruno has the ability to turn a game on its head with the quality that he... Okay, but listen, fine. I will concede that. But Fine,
But
no problem. The point I'm making is sometimes, bro, you have a player in there because he has that ability to turn a game on its head. And right now, we are a team that is playing, looking to transition quickly.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
the only guy, Dino, to me anyway. If he's going to play between the lines and play one-touch football and pop it off, he's the only one that does that.
Yeah, but wait, just very quickly, when it comes to me, like when it comes to my opinions on Bruno and stuff, obviously I never rated him before he came, but one of the main reasons why I get so like I've got to this point where I've had enough of him. I just can't stand seeing him on the pitch. Yes, obviously it's not his actual character himself, because obviously I'm sure he's a nice lad, but it's these owners as well that have done this to me, because they're the ones that they can say, right, there's issues going on the pitch with Bruno, obviously with managers as well, man. We know we play through Bruno Fernandes. That's what we've been doing since day one, since he joined. We've always been playing through Bruno Fernandes, Marcus Rashford. If we just had sold him in the summer and say, look here, thank you so much for all your time, I can see why people rate him, man. I can see why. I can actually see it, because stat does say something and to some degree. He has got decent stats, but at the end of the day, people he's just like, I just say, and it's just so annoying, man, because I just wish everyone could be could see football the way like I see football. And this is why we love the sport so much.
Yeah, everybody
How I
sees a
see
different-
football,
But Ben, that's what
yeah,
it comes down to.
how
That's what
I
the
see
conversation
football
comes
is
down
like
to what you're saying.
when-
How you
yeah,
see
when-
football.
Yeah, exactly. And when I see a player, when I see football, I look at what the team does on the ball and off the ball. And my biggest issues with Bruno Fernandes, with Mason Mount, with Ericsson that was here, is what they did off the ball. And off the ball, they were
Ericsson's
absolutely a
beautiful
sham.
footballer, man.
No, but off
was
the
just
ball,
too old.
Jordan, off the,
His
but
legs
off,
were
yeah, I
good.
know. But let me just come back to you as well, Bombay, because I'll hit you on this as well. When Arsenal had Aubameyang, when Arsenal had Mesut Ozil, the fan base was like, "Don't sell Ozil, don't sell Aubameyang, bro. We're gonna be awful about them, bro. You can't get rid of these players. They're world class." Mesut Ozil was a beautiful footballer.
Yeah.
Aubameyang was a really good footballer for Arsenal.
That is
He was
not
actually helping him.
what
No.
I'm saying.
But
If
let me
you
hear me out. Hear
sell
me
him,
out.
You sell him. What I'm focusing on, this is the player now. I'm not telling you he's unsellable. I'm not saying any of that stuff. You want to sell him, you sell him. Nothing to do with me. Get whoever you want, play whoever you want. You want to drop him, take the captain, do what you want. I have got no issues. I would love to see what you guys think is gonna happen if you drop him, if you change the captaincy. I want to see that. I want to see that.
Yeah,
But every
yeah.
single manager seems to not think that way. Are
Okay,
they all
listen.
Can I just say something?
Let's go to Jarvis, because Jarvis not said a word. He's just sat there just watching us. Go ahead.
I'm
Jarvis.
learning. We've done more than how long we've done on Bruno now. Look how divisive it is.
done
Look
an
how
hour.
long we've been talking
Done an
about it.
hour. An hour.
You're not supposed to be talking about Kobbie, and now look at the time and look what
Yeah, we've done an hour, and that's it.
Bruno.
We can't cover Kobbie now because we've done an hour.
But-
I
Martin,
apologize for counting people. ahead.
I'll be quick. I know it's late for a lot of you guys, and we covered this Bruno thing for a long time. So I'll try to be brief. But when it comes to Bruno, he solves problem for the system rather than within it. And what I mean by that is Bruno, he takes on too much of the problems for the team. And if you remove Bruno, as Bombaye said, there will be two things happening. First, the team will collapse short term, and second, the system will be forced to grow. And I think if we are really doing this rebuild, Bruno can't be a part of it, because I think we need to grow as a team. That was my original point. And also,
hang on, Jarvis. Can't he play anywhere else? And because obviously he can't play six. He can't play any other position in
That
the
was
team.
what
He
I
has
was
to go. Is that what you're saying?
about to ask. What he's asking.
Well,
Is there-
the
is
question
there a
was if
team-
we would like to see what happened if Bruno is removed from this team, and this is what I'm trying to answer.
Okay.
But yeah, you could probably play in the second striker, but then we have to change the manager and we have to change the system. Not with this guy who will only change for the Pope, but he did it anyway, Amorim. But I just want to say one thing, and when it comes to this team, it's almost like if you put Formula One tires on a Vauxhall or a regular car. It won't work. It will make the car undrivable. And I feel we are at the same stage with Bruno. And it doesn't even actually matter what Amorim is doing with this team tactically, because there's one thing, Johan Cruyff, the legend, said, if you don't improve the players, changing the system changes nothing. Tactics only works when players understand, improve, and make better decisions. And right now, we have a one-man army of Bruno Fernandes, and I feel the rest of the players is getting dragged along with Bruno. And we talk about papering over the cracks, and Bruno is actually papering over the cracks of the quality of this team. We have a lot of poor players who can't do their job. And if we are actually going to do this rebuild, if we are going to move forward as a team and actually be a title contender in a couple of years, we can't keep doing this, because I think it's not the best for Man United as a club, as a whole.
It's not sustainable.
Yeah.
It's not sustainable.
So that's my final statement.
Go ahead, Helga.
No, I just wanted to say, like when Boumaier was talking and everything, it's just I wanted to say to the chat, been saying some not nice things in the chat, and like
there
people.
Was somebody and I banned him. Somebody I've kicked him out.
Because people need to be allowed to have different conversations without calling him like an Ineos puppet and a lot of.
He's actually
like,
not. One thing I like about Bruno hates Ineos as well. They got no courage.
No, I was talking about Boumaier.
Like, no, I'm talking about Bruno. I'm saying Bruno. Yeah. Ineos, he's not an Ineos guy. But let me just tell them about the poll. The poll is actually not as bad. I said, are we too harsh on Bruno? 40% said yes, 60% say no. That's what it is. It splits. And that's a vote.
Yeah.
That's a vote. So
that's just what I wanted to say, because some players are like, obviously, like Bruno is divisive, but in the end of the day, when we zoom a little bit out, it's about someone liking a player and someone not liking a player, and that's kind of it. So we don't need to be personal against Boumaier just for that reason.
It's about how you see it. No, of course. Listen, everybody can come here for an opinion.
That's just what I wanted to say.
How you see football, you personally. Irfan talked about it before. It said he actually liked a different type of creative players. He likes a different type of shape. And Ben spoke about Ozil, different type of number 10s. For me, it's just about Bruno. When I watch him, I just don't see a player that's in control. And I'm sorry, at the highest level.
And that's allowed.
But hang on, Nurin, hang on. But what about Bruno before captain and Bruno when he was captain? Because that's also part of it, isn't it?
Yeah.
I agree.
Because to me, when he became captain, this thing became so apparent, even more so than before, because he had to take on the crisis that we're in. So the focus on him, to me, became he was like because naked.
You know why?
At that point, he became naked.
You know why, Irfan? He had the free role from the first day he came in, and then over the years has come and different managers relied on him, and then the whole team became to play through him. It was Rashford, him and Rashford. Me and Jarvis will sit here and go, we need to stop playing two players, because when you're totally relying on the form of two players. Football should not be like that. You should have 10 outfield players, at least 5 or 6 of them should be able to. So if 2 of them are having a bad game, the other 3 stop up and fill the gap. That's how football is. You step in and help, because you can't be on fire. If you're not robots, you can't be on fire and on form every week. But one thing you cannot do is be positioning discipline. So the more power you got in the team, the more we play through, the more he just starts hoofing the ball, whacking the ball, the less control we have. The best game I have ever seen of Bruno, ever in his entire career at Manchester United, was last season at Anfield away. He put in, for me,
I agree,
the perfect performance in midfield. And that's what hurts, because at times we can see he did it. I remember another game the season before under Ten Hag. He played as a 6 or played as a number 8. And we played against Everton at Old Trafford. I think we beat them. Some mad score we beat them. We hit them for 4. And I think it was another game, Leicester. So I've seen him in 3 games, 2 at Old Trafford and 1 at Anfield away, right? Where he put on the masterclass performance as a number 8. He kept the ball short. He moved it on. He put his body, everything he did. And you know what, Efan? They were playing against 3. They were playing against McAllister, Soboslai, and the other Dutch player. I always forget his name. Gravenberch. They were playing against those 3. And we absolutely, and we should have won that game if Harry Maguire, the chance fell to Harry Maguire. But he ballooned it over the bar, and we were the better team. And that is the best I've seen Bruno Fernandes play.
What was that? Was that in the 6 or what was that in?
No, that was in the 2 of the 6s. It was him and Kobbie that played, and he was exceptional, absolutely exceptional. He gave almost a perfect performance.
I would like, Nuruddin, on the back of what you and Jarvis have said, ideally, I would like to see less reliance on him and have more players step up to really also grab the game, to have the responsibility shared. But the reason that he's doing what he's doing, especially under Ten Hag, I alluded to this, he is charged with that responsibility by the manager because he has the ability to do it. Even though we reached a point with Bruno where it took 8 passes to get 2 right, and that was detrimental. But nobody else is prepared to step into that. So the responsibility that he's been given,
I don't allowing other players to step into that. He's not allowed because he's always demanding the ball. He's always getting in positions to say, "I want the ball," and I've seen it. And I promise you, next game we go to Old Trafford, you will see it with your own eyes. He demands the ball. He's like, "Give me the ball." No. I'm like, don't give it him. I scream out there on that. Don't give it to him because I know what he's going to do. It's so predictable. He's going to hoof it to the other side. He's on one side of the pitch. No. Play a couple of more passes. Let's do it properly. And for me, specifically this season, I believe him and Cunha can't play together. I genuinely believe that. I think Cunha wants to drop into spaces when he comes deep to get on the ball, and him and Bruno get in each other's way. I do believe that. Unless Cunha stays up the pitch. And I think he's less effective because the best thing about Cunha is that he likes to pick up the ball and turn and then run with it. And we saw a classic example last night. At times, he came deep, picked up the ball and just ran.
We watched the Liverpool. I think it was Liverpool. That's the first. Wasn't that the Cunha dropping into the midfield, helping out Liverpool? I thought it worked really well, bro.
Him and Mbeumo, but that tactic you can only use for so much because other coaches in the Premier League work you out. He tried to do the same tactics, Amorim, against Nottingham Forest, and we got found out. We got actually bullied by Elliot Anderson.
Nuruddin, when you said Scholes was the best switcher of play you have seen, I think you forgot about 2 players.
For me, at United, I only watch United consistently, and I was going to the games.
Yes, 2 United players.
Yeah. Sylvester was another one.
David Beckham.
No, I was thinking about Nick Powell and Darren Gibson.
No, well, he's taking a mick.
I tell you, as a centre-up, you know the best centre-up play.
I just wanted to do something fun.
Was Sylvester, Nicholas Sylvester. Actually, as a centre-up, he's one of the best. Yeah. Coming out on left footed side, on the left-hand side, he used to switch it out to the wings. Like that diag and get the team up the pitch. When you turn a defence and you do diag balls into people's feet, I miss that type of football. I miss it. And now I see what United have become because of these vultures. But we can be here all night, people, talking about this. We can be here all night, all day, talking about this. But there's not enough time to talk about this. I wanted to talk about Kobbie. I'm just saying to Kobbie, do what you must do to get out of this football club. Because now it's your future football career is short. Yeah, Cleverly was fantastic when he was coached properly. Talk about Jarvis talking about being improved. He was improved. Him that season, Cleverly in midfield. Oh my God, what we did with him was unbelievable.
Bro, I always felt Cleverly made us tick. Just kept the ball ticking over really well. Yeah.
Exactly.
Good for the rhythm of the game.
Have you seen Macari and McElroy?
I have. I remember them.
I don't remember them.
I remember them. That was on the. That was. That's actually the. What's he called? The guy. Oh man, he managed us in the '77 Cup final. Tommy Docherty.
Docherty, yeah.
Doherty. They those two were
by the way,
midfielders.
that final,
McIlroy
Evan,
and
you're talking
Lou
about, we
Macari.
beat
Yeah.
Liverpool.
Yeah.
That final we stopped Liverpool from doing the
Yeah,
treble.
we did. 1977, that was, yeah.
Lou Macari scored. Lou Macari scored. He got the winner in that cup final.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the Jimmy Greenough, Brian Hitton Greenough era, you know, Joe Jordan, Gordon McQueen, all those guys. That's where we used to be, just an FA Cup winning team.
Jordan Hill,
Liverpool
no,
used
what's his
to
name?
beat everyone in the league, like murder everyone, and we'd occasionally win the FA Cup. Those were the days. This is the pre-Fergie era.
But I promise you, I prefer, you know what?
Yeah, Jay Sexton was manager.
I watched many, you know what? I watched United during the 80s. Do you know on the ITV back in the day? A couple of years back, especially during lockdown, they put on the big match. You know, the big match at 12 o'clock
that's what
at
used to
night.
be called the big match.
They would put on ITV4, and I would watch some of those games, stay awake and watch some of those games. Yeah. And I'm not gonna lie to you,
Nuruddin.
Even on the Doherty, on the Saxon, on the
Dave Sexton, Tommy Doherty.
what's his name?
Then we had Ron Greenwood as well. Yeah.
Big Ron.
Ron
Big Ron,
Atkinson.
Ron
Manchester
Atkinson.
United were never dull. Manchester United were entertaining.
No,
we
we're always
never
been
lose.
entertaining.
We won't win that many games, but we were entertaining to watch.
Yeah, we were. We were always attacking.
Nuruddin.
We've always been an attacking team, Nuruddin. We've always been an attacking team.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Elga.
Nuruddin, I was thinking as we are approaching kind of the end of the show, I brought some of my older United kids for everyone to laugh at, because I thought it might be funny for you to see my horrible record. So look at this, okay? We start off with this.
I approve.
Wow. Oh my
Yeah.
God!
What
the
success?
Isn't he still playing? Isn't Adnan still playing?
Yeah,
On his day. And this legend.
Oh, Memphis. Goodness me.
I think we scapegoated him, man, big time.
We scapegoated him.
Oh, I love I miss that man.
What a
Miss
player.
that man.
I can't believe the player he became, Nuruddin. I am shocked.
The biggest legend of all.
Oh, we already know.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Oh,
wow! I
The
don't.
Norwegian
I don't
legend
remember.
who used to play.
That's unbelievable.
And one of my first kit is this one.
I remember.
That's a
Beckham,
Beckham era, yeah.
Poborski.
It was
I never forget
number
Poborski.
10.
Beckham. Yeah.
Number 10 Beckham.
Yeah, he was a brilliant. Yeah. That's the
Thank
best
you for
shirt you've
sharing,
got.
man.
Beckham.
Nice
The
collection.
best shirt is your first shirt.
For sure.
Beckham was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Beckham up and down that pitch.
Yeah.
Up and down that pitch. Worked his
Unbelievable.
Talk
I actually
about
have a
players, what do players do off the ball? Oh
That was
my God.
Cantona era, Nuruddin. It's Cantona era.
Beckham had
He's
3 long.
unbelievable.
But that kid for me reminds me of Poborski. You know Poborski,
Yeah.
when we bought Poborski.
Poborski.
Yeah.
Oh, Karol Poborski, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sharp.
yeah.
Poborski. Because he had a one that was really too big for him. He was a small
Yeah.
guy. And he
Yeah,
had
he
one
did,
that was
he
too big
He
for him.
did,
I
yeah.
remember going to Old Trafford and just looking at him just with his mad hair, just running around.
I
Like,
remember-
this
The
is-
Czech football.
regarding- Regarding mad hair, do you remember my worst kit I have lost? Like it's almost funny that that's the only kit I've ever lost, because once in a while when we had Ronaldo, I thought there was a winger playing on the other side, and them two are going to be bombing down the wing for years together, and it's not Nani. I bought a Chris Eagles kit with number 33.
Chris Eagles.
And do
Eagle
you
has
remember
landed.
his hair was like this? And like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
What
I
a
actually
collection,
said-
man. I must say.
I was working at a club.
I
I was
have.
working at a
That's the
club actually.
stupidest
There
kid.
was a club that Evan used to work. He used to DJ at, and all the celebrities used to go there in Manchester. Well, all the footballers,
The circle,
all
the
the
circle.
rich folk,
Yeah.
all the people, and he used to go in there actually, and it was quite funny. It was quite funny. But anyway, people, the best shirt we ever had was Cantona for me.
Oh,
Yeah.
phenomenal, man.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Cantona
phenomenal.
was the best shirt.
No, but
With the
man,
colours.
Nuruddin, it was also a different mentality those days, isn't it? Those guys, you know, like Bruno said. I mean, sorry, Bumbaye said about the desire and the drive of Bruno, and not wanting to lose, etc. In those days, that every player was like that. Every single player had that desire. That's why Fergie was a winner, because he drilled that in the team to be. You should never take defeat well. You should be disgusted, angry by it, because the winners. That was the days of when we were winners. Everybody was a winner. There
You
was
know,
no, there was
Irfan,
no room for failure in
I've
anything.
been banging that drum all season, bro. That's the difference.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
difference.
Yeah, well,
the
you know what?
mentality's not there, bro.
Unfortunately, we cannot be where we are. But big up everybody. I just want to pick up Irfan. Big up Irfan. Hope you get better.
Big up
Get
Irfan.
well.
Yeah.
You need some
Big up
ginger.
Irfan,
You
man.
need some
Big up
turmeric, some
Irfan.
black pepper. You need some turmeric.
No.
That's all you need.
I've got a NAC 600 supplement. That's what I've got. Yeah.
Well, that's not
Mm.
the old ways of doing turmeric, ginger, black pepper,
Mm.
hot and a hot water together. Can't go wrong.
They
But big
still
up
work.
Jarvis, please go and watch Tactical Devils, the show. They did a brilliant show tonight. How long were you going? 2 hours or an hour and a half, Jarvis?
Nah, an hour and a half. Hour and
An
a half.
hour and a half.
Yeah. Yep.
So go and check it out. It's all the latest. Man.
Hey, hang on, Bumba. You should check out Jarvis's show so he can start seeing this game differently.
I do, man. I do watch the shows.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
If you look come tactically, you see the game completely differently. Completely differently.
No, even when you see it there, Bumbaye's been there and he knows what he just wants to protect Bruno. No problem. He knows what's going on with his team.
Stop
He knows
selling me. Stop
Bruno.
mis-selling me to the people. Stop.
No, but Nuruddin, though,
He
serious
knows.
point though. Serious
He
point.
knows.
You know, obviously we always talk about when Brazil lost in '82 is when football died. Yeah, you'd always say that. That's when we went from individual flair to the European tactical game, what we call the Italian mentality of tactical awareness. That is when the game changed. So when Jarvis talks about tactics, this is the game today. This is every single team. The concept of flair is gone. Individuals is finished. It's tactical awareness. That's how the modern game is played. There's no other game in town.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Listen, it's the way it is at the end of the day. But big up. Make sure you check Jarvis out. Bowley77 on X. And check out Tactical Devil. Breakdown, Stu, him and Mark. Check that out, people. Make sure you check out Irfan at Irfan Rainey on X. Make sure you check out Ben at Elmo39 on X. And check him out, Elmo20 on Twitch and TikTok. Bumbaye, you won't see him anywhere else other than holding hands with Bruno down the high street in Manchester.
I don't think Bruno's wife will be happy. Yeah.
Make sure you check out Elga. I think Elga, your ex thing is what is it?
Yeah, I just removed it because no one can ever say it, so it's okay. I don't need followers. I don't give a shit about it. So
Yeah, same
Big
here.
up
I like
Elga
it.
anyway. You catch Helga on Tactical Devils. You'll catch it on Tactical Devils. But yeah, we've had the Bruno debate. We've had it out. Started off a bit hot, but we've settled into it. And Ben crawled out from bed training my ass. He
Yeah,
came up
just a quick one as well. Just a quick one as well. I was speaking to my coach tonight. Sorry, he came up to me and said, "Look here, the other right wing back, right back or whatever what you want to call it. He's got a knock apparently, and he's asked me to play in the weekend this coming weekend, and I thought about it, but I declined. I think
you said Ahmad is going to AFCON, so you're needed on the right wing back.
No. So I just said, look, as much as I really want to play, because I love playing football, but at the end of the day, I'm only just back from.
You need a couple of reserves games under your belt.
I need 100%. That's what I said. I said, bro, just let me play the reserves, like with the reserves, and he actually agreed with me. So
Ben, I want to
that's
see
what
some
I'm gonna
more highlights, man. He's not shabby, you know. He's not shabby. Behind that,
no.
anti-Bruno face, there's a player.
So
there.
I'm just gonna be sitting on the bench still. So, but I'm still. I just want to take my time.
Shout out your team.
Hang on, one last
team,
question,
shout out your
Nuruddin.
team.
One last question. Who knows what a 4G pitch is?
You know
Yeah,
what
I know
4G
what
is?
4G
It's synthetic,
pitch is.
isn't it? It's
Yeah.
synthetic.
Yeah.
I had no idea. Someone just mentioned that
4Gs are
he's
class,
an older guy,
man.
and he says, "Oh, I can't. My knees are feeling
4Gs
so
are
much
really
better
good.
since they installed the 4G pitch." I didn't know what he was talking about.
It's like the perfect picture.
Perfect.
Synthetic
Oh,
grass.
outstanding.
It's artificial,
Outstanding.
yeah. Is that what it is?
Do you know, Mark? Do you know Irfan, the fruit market stores that green stuff? It's a little bit like that, but
Oh my
nicer.
God.
That's the best comment of the night. No, I don't run like a headless chicken. That's one thing for sure, people.
Yeah. There you go. You're getting a stick from Alien Tenno. Big up to all the chat, by the way.
That is a dirty
People,
thing.
we didn't even reach 100 likes, and I'm quite disappointed. But that's
Flip
nothing
it,
new.
man.
It's nothing new. Please like the video, subscribe. But before we go, we always say free Palestine, the Congo, Sudan.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on.
There you go.
Solidarity and love all people resisting colonization and imperialism. And we stand for solidarity with all indigenous people around the world. Love and light, people. Look after each other. F the Glazers. F Ineos. If you want to be down to them, then F you too. You know what I mean? You chose the thing. But yeah, and to the bootlicker that was coming for me last night, I'll see you in the car park next week, same time, same place.
Big up. Peace.